Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Darius. What's up, Darius?
What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, Vaughn?
What's up?
What's up, Scott?
Going good.
All right, so we're doing a Real Whovians again. So, welcome in, Darius. How you doing, bro?
I'm not doing too bad. Nice to meat you all. I
Nice.
hope you're all doing well on this. What day is it today? I don't know what day
We
it is.
got Friday. We don't know what day you got.
Friday the 16th of April. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? It
You're
just
in the
blends
future.
together. Yeah.
So, congratulations, by the way, Darius. You reached over 4,000 subs.
Oh,
Great
Thank
job.
you. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Oh, that's
Darius
perfect.
talks about Doctor Who like us. And you live in the UK, right?
I'm just talking a minute. Fine.
Oh, let me mute you 1 second.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Sorry about that.
All right, so we're talking about Christopher Eccleston still. Basically, now have you listened to Big Finish, the Christopher Eccleston ones, Darius, or no?
Obviously, I've listened to the trailers for them.
Okay.
I've listened to the stuff that they've been releasing about it. I've been keeping up with the the articles about it and what Chris Eccleston's actually been saying. So yeah, I think I got a pretty good basis for this discussion, I guess.
Let me ask you a question now. So, where does this take place in the Doctor's timeline, the Ninth Doctor?
Well, I mean, it's allegedly meant to be pre-Rose, right? It's meant to be.
Oh, that's
before,
what it is? Okay.
Yeah, apparently. Which, I mean, I get to a certain extent because
I have a problem with it. I have a problem with that, but okay.
Yeah, no, I get. Yeah, no, I do as well because the problem is the Ninth Doctor grows so much as a character over Series 1. Setting it all before that kind of makes it feel a little bit, I don't know, like you're sort of with the beta Ninth Doctor, with the real Ninth Doctor. So I think that's a
I mean, we did know in the Rose episode they said he was by the Titanic. He was seen a couple of times alone, right? That could mean anything because we did see that he dropped Rose off at a concert and then he did an adventure or 2 or 3 and then came back. I would like to think that is after Rose. That is during Rose where he dropped her off or something and he went to the Titanic. I never believed that. I always thought when I saw the Rose episode that he just regenerated and he had to jump right after the Nestine consciousness. I didn't even get to see what he looked like because he just regenerated. So he looked in the mirror. He's like, oh, that's what I look like. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing with it being set pre-Rose is that you've got a very small amount of time in which those stories can be set. But then the issue with the Ninth Doctor in general is because his run is so short, it's very tightly written. So in each episode he changes a little bit. So the problem you have is if you set it in a Series 1 place, it's you don't want it to contradict anything that happens over time. But then at the same time, obviously, that's where all the interesting stuff happens. And so there's a hard thing to do with Chris Eccleston. If you want to do alternate spin-off media stuff, do you set it before or during? But you got to try and keep the continuity consistent. So yeah, I get why they've done it the way they have, but apparently that's only for the first box set, the first volume, I think. So I think maybe the future volumes may.
We can still get Billie Piper.
Yeah, maybe. I know she's done stuff before, hasn't she, for some of Tennant stuff? So yeah. She.
Now, has this done well? As everybody ran out and bought this? I mean, is it a top-selling thing, or we don't know yet?
Oh, as in the Ninth Doctor stuff, I would assume it's done well, just on the basis of the hype that was around it, because obviously it was the first time he's played the role again since 2005. So I assume it's done well. I haven't pre-ordered it myself, but I know plenty of people who have.
Yeah,
so,
we're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it and review it.
Yeah, I am as well.
Yeah. Okay, so now you've been covering a lot of stuff from Reddit. We haven't covered anything because I didn't want to deal with the Reddit stuff. But why don't you, for my audience, why don't you refresh some of the stuff you talked about on your channel? That a lot of stuff is nonsense. The Reddit stuff, right?
No, a lot. Yeah. But the thing is, I think you've got to first of all make people very aware that there's a good chance that it's not real. But it's an interesting look into what could happen.
The Donna Noble crap. She's not in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's not. That was very early. Early on, that was debunked by basically everybody. I think people either they exaggerated things or they completely made up that she was even there.
I think it's made up shit because here's the thing with Chibnall, you get nothing. It's like, and the funny thing is, I made a wish list, if you remember, like 6 or 7 months ago, and in my wish list, slowly but surely, every picture on the wish list is coming true except for the Genghis Khan thing. Like I put Santarans, there's a Santaran, Sisterhood of Karn. I'm like, wow, Weeping Angels, holy crap! Talk about getting it right. Yeah,
but there's a lot of stuff going around, and it's very difficult because they're all somewhat similar but somewhat contradictory at the same time, which is why they're so interesting to talk about. I think because it's interesting to see like where they differ and why they might differ and the reasons someone might make up something different to another person. Like there's a lot of psychology going on there, I think. But like the general big things that like they seem to be agreeing on right now, at least, could all change because it tends to.
Well, we know for sure the Weeping Angels.
Yeah, we know for sure the Weeping Angels.
Jody, like we saw the interviews that Jody was basically begging with her friends to fight the Weeping Angels since Series 11, like bugging the shit out of Chris Chibnall to say, hey man, make it happen. And we know that the Weeping Angel appeared. A Weeping Angel appeared in Resolution of the Daleks.
Yeah, those two things are locked in because obviously we've seen the set images, and we also know that the Crimean War is like there's something to do with the Crimean War because we've seen the period costumes.
Now, has the Sisterhood of Karn thing been confirmed, or is that just
no? That's still just a Reddit thing at the moment.
That's a Reddit thing.
So is Rassilon, because that's another thing that's been speculated. And again, like the thing
Sasha
is,
Dewan will probably be back. But
I think he's pretty much an inevitability. And I think you could count on a Dalek special as well because that's just been like the trend,
Well, I think that's a trilogy, honestly.
Yeah,
exactly. Dalek thing. I honestly think that they're the ones that are going to kill her. Like Blaster.
I wouldn't be surprised as well.
And she's going to regenerate because she was way too cocky in the last special that she basically made a new war with the Daleks where they're like, we're going to hunt you down. And like Davros especially, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Davros show up in the third.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like their revenge story. They might even call it something like Revenge of the Daleks because that just seems like something.
That's what I thought. That's what I said.
Too.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that being the case. So like, Dalek special, that's pretty much a thing. Sasha Dewan, that's very likely. And with Sasha Dewan, you've got the likelihood of the Cybermaster things coming back. Because there's that line at the end of Timeless Children where they're like, all of you in here or something like that. When the
in here.
Going to TARDIS.
They're not
going to TARDIS.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a good chance that some of them might survive, so we may see them again. As for that, though, other than that, though, it's pretty much all in the air. I think the Zygon thing is becoming less likely, if only because, there's only one leak that's saying that, like, they're the focus of an episode. Everyone else is just saying that there's like a visual nod to them, kind of like I guess, in like.
Well, let me ask you a question. I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to, because again, I can't stand the Timeless Child crap, but the Weeping Angel thing. I don't know about you, Vaughn, but I definitely, and Scott, but I definitely wanted to see Jodie go up against the Weeping Angel so bad.
Definitely.
And I want to see how she is the stuff about the ponds fresh in her memory? Like, does she have that hatred because of losing the ponds because of the angels? That's what I want to see, really. I want to see, how her demeanor when it comes to Weeping Angels. I don't know about you, Vaughn. What do you think about the Weeping Angels versus 13th Doctor and Yaz and all that? Or, you don't care?
I need stronger villains.
Yeah.
For nostalgia, that's cool, but they need somebody strong to go against her.
Yeah. We had,
we could turn her into a Weeping Angel.
We could do a lot more than, you can't always have the Daleks and Cybermen. Let's get others,
Yeah. So that's what I've always said. What they need to be doing, and what they should have done with the 50th, is they should have slowly had, it could be random event, it could be random seasons or random episodes.
Right.
But what they should have done is they should have taken old enemies,
right,
and old aliens, ones they haven't used yet. Yeah. Yes, the Movellans, even though they were cameo, the Movellans can still be used as well. But what they should have done is did random episodes or random cameos of those aliens from the classic era, those aliens and those enemies they haven't yet used yet, because it does. It's getting annoying that the only enemies they're showing are Daleks, Cybermen, and it's gotten to this point in time of even Centaurans. Yes, it's great to see them, but let's get some fresh blood.
I thought they were going to do stuff with the Ice Warriors, and they did two things with the Ice Warriors, and I'm like, oh, if they brought them back, like full-fledged, that'd be great. Like, they could be a threat. Not that they have to be the good guys, but all of a sudden, it's like, but they never did anything enough with the Ice Warriors, and the same can be said to the Sea Devils. Bring them back, too.
Yeah,
one of the rumors was actually about the Celestial Toymaker from the first Doctor.
Yes.
First Doctor, and I think there's a lot of things you could do with him with like modern technology and stuff. I reckon they could do like a Night Terrors type thing where you have because in that story you've got like the massive dollhouse that's like blown up to like massive size. You could do stuff like that with like budget, and I think with like the Toymaker that would really work. Plus you got a reference in Can You Hear Me? Like that one may or may not happen, but that's one of the ones that I would like to see come back. One of the ones that's a bit more obscure but has a lot of potential to be something cool,
And the Black Guardian too.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a final battle. That would be great.
Any of like the big godly ones I think are a lot of fun because they really challenge the Doctor a lot because of their power.
It seems like to me, and this is just my opinion, it might not be for anybody else, but it seems like they playing in a tour box and they only have certain tours in there that they want to pull from. And it's like you're supposed to be the most creative show on the earth, but yet you don't have no originality at all.
No. Like, instead of spending money to go to Africa and all these other places, why don't you spend money to redesign the Sea Devils or something?
Yeah.
Or bring them, or something, and then put them in there. Just put them in there.
The Silurians, I still think the Silurians should have kept their mask look when they removed their masks.
They look too much like the Slee Stacks from like Land of the Lost.
The thing for me about the Africa thing is that I would much rather than put money into realizing alien planets as opposed to other locations on Earth. Like I'd much rather see alien planets than like, oh, we're in Australia. Like that's cool the first time you do it. But like
that's another problem I'm having with the show.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like first week, oh cool, they're on Earth. Second week, oh wow, they're on Earth. Third week,
exactly.
East or West or where and when.
We're on Earth. Hey, we're on Earth. We're on Earth this week. Oh, wow, thank you.
Then why don't you spend enough money to create a secondary show so you can have your Earth adventures?
Yeah, no, exactly. That was like a graph someone made about.
I got a comment. 1 second. I got a comment from the Scamp. What do you think of more historical episodes? What historical figure would you want the Doctor to visit? One that he hasn't. Genghis Khan, I want to see Jodie and Genghis Khan. I put that on my thumbnail. I just want to see it. I don't know why.
Genghis Khan?
Yeah. I just want to see Jodie with Genghis Khan. I don't know why.
I think for me, I think this is a slightly controversial opinion, but I'm much more into the space stuff than I am the historical stuff, and that's weird because I like history generally.
Yeah, I'd rather see her on other planets than.
Yeah.
Why can't we be in a whole different galaxy where there's a whole group of planets and they have a threat level that she has to stay there for a whole damn season?
And why is it that we are so afraid of having alien companions? Why do all the parents have to be human? That's another thing I've been saying.
They need alien companions, and they need companions who are not from modern day.
Why don't they use CGI over an actor for the alien? Just do that.
People will make excuses saying it's about budget, but I'm like, well, in the 70s,
bullshit.
You had robots and aliens and all sorts, and they managed to get away with it then. So I don't really.
You made a villain out of a bubble wrap and a cardboard box.
Yeah.
I mean, and they were even more creative with making the spaceship look awesome. Then today they can't do anything. They got to just use CGI for everything.
And my controversial opinion of villains is that I like. That's why I like Turn Left. I like the Donald Noble season better than all the other seasons because that was the companion dynamic was on point. I love that companion dynamic. It was somebody that I could relate to. It was somebody that going through similar stories I was going through, and it was just Tennant and Tate was just really good together. But also, I love Turn Left. Not Turn Left. I love Turn Left. I love Turn Left and the Midnight.
Oh, Midnight was great.
I still watch snippets of that, and it still gives me cold chills.
He was scared.
Yes.
Yeah. I love enemies that are psychological. I love that these enemies that will go into that doctor's mind and play with him. That's why I want to see more.
It was an unseen enemy on top of that.
Yes.
So that's what made it scarier even more, because in your own mind you're creating, okay, what does this dude look? What does this villain look like?
Exactly.
The problem is the enemy was actually within and turning him against himself and turning those people against each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think another cool was that they should have done is, you know, the Dream Lord in Series 5. Yeah. I honestly thought they were going to bring him back. Like, he was such a cool idea.
I want them to say that the Dream Lord was the master basically going through a transformation to be like towards the good guy or a good girl, like meaning Missy. I always felt that Toby Jones was after John Sim, and then Toby Jones would regenerate into Michelle Gomez. That, like, I always felt like that could be the 11th Doctor's master, because they tried to make it like it was the pollen and that it was him. But here's the thing that people don't understand. When the Doctor was on the ground, the Dream Lord physically touched the controls and made the TARDIS go somewhere else. That wasn't a pollen thing, and it wasn't a personality thing. It was a pure physical form thing. So I don't believe that pollen thing at all.
I felt they should have used the Dream Lord in Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. If they could have done it, that would have improved Journey to the Center of the Toilet.
That ruined it for me. That the TARDIS was trying to kill them.
If they had,
it made no sense.
And what they could have done even better was wait until like the third act till they showed who he was actually going after. And in the first two scenes, you just see him in the background walking behind either the Doctor or Clara. So you're trying to figure out, okay, who is he affecting? And then by the third act, boom, it's revealed that he's actually going after one of those two.
And another thing to touch upon Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, which I know we have before, but Moffat put these things in there and never elaborated. Like, it turned out that the 11th Doctor traveled to the future and encountered Clara or saw her die, and there was zombie Claras, like those creatures on Journey to the Center of the TARDIS was like Clara, like, remember? Like, wow, we never seen that. Like, we never seen, you know, all this stuff that they, like, Moffat threw in there. But
with Clara as well, like, we never see. You'd think after she literally splits herself into thousands of tiny pieces across time, you'd think that would at least get brought up at least once.
Yes,
that would be like a pretty traumatic experience to.
Or even the fact that the Great Intelligence is still alive, technically.
But they
because it's like out of order. So like Clara survived, he's definitely survived, but they don't bring him up anymore.
No.
Or they don't even explain how Madame Kavarian traveled through time. That it was just a line. Like, how did she do that? Who helped her? Was it Omega? I mean, like, you don't even say anything. So
hey, you gotta love that character development.
I know. That's the one thing that pissed me off as Moffat is he never explained anything. Just threw shit in there and then never followed up.
His books, that's the only thing I can think of.
So I want to see Jodie with the Weeping Angels because I want them to mention stuff to do with the ponds, because they did mention the ponds often with Peter Capaldi, and he was still trying to find a way to save the ponds, even in Dr. Mysterio. So it would be nice that it carried over with Jodie's Doctor, where she's still thinking about the ponds, because they mentioned Rose Tyler.
She'll be the one that saves them. They'll set it up.
I don't care who. I don't care if she saves them, because the thing is that Karen Gillan and Arthur Dahl was doing the Big Finish now, right? Mm-hmm. And Karen Gillan said she'd be open to pop in. Sure, like, so why not? I mean, why does it have to be? She could save them. Who cares? Capaldi was going to save them.
About the fact that she misses Doctor Who. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, you know, maybe they'll do something.
She could pop in an episode.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll do something.
I fully expect to see David Tennant's Doctor pop in the middle of an episode, because, or John Sim, because Chris Chibnall said he wants John Sim to come back because he's a friend. He's friends with him.
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't matter what the hell, even if it's out of order. Bring Harold Sachs and, like he set traps for the Doctor. Well, okay, then Jodie's the Doctor. He sets a trap for too. Who cares? I would be up for that.
Very weird, like, relationship with, like, the past lore, though, where he'll reference it when he wants to reference it, But then other times when you think it would make sense, it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
exactly.
You'd think that they'd have at least mentioned Bill when the Cybermen showed up, but that didn't happen. That's weird.
And you think they would mention like unit, like that they fixed or they're back, and it's like you have to use Big Finish to do that. It's like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Scamp. It's a toss up between Nyssa and Perry.
I want Joe Grant.
Oh, Perry? Oh yeah, Perry.
Wait,
I would love
what
Perry.
is this about?
Man.
Oh, in the comment section, which classic companion would you most likely see? I want to see Joe Grant with Jodie.
For me personally, it's Ace. I really
Ace, yes.
Yeah, Ace.
Yes. We need a badass companion.
Tegan Javanka going up against the Doctor, Jodie's Doctor.
I would love to see Tegan meet with Donna. Can you imagine the fit there? Oh my god!
My God. That would be a personality clash.
That would be a pay-per-view event I would pay for.
I would love to see if they did something with Jodie, with Jodie's doctor, where she couldn't regenerate. That she's thinking, like, say something happens and she's going to die and she needs to regenerate. Just go to Donna Noble and take the damn regeneration energy. And there you go. She still has it. She has a regeneration in her.
Here's my question with all that. Do he even remember those companions if they're trying to do away with canon?
I don't know if Chris Chibnall even watched every episode of Doctor Who, because what he does is just like ridiculous.
Because wouldn't it be great to have the older companions on, like Tegan, Nessa, and Perry? Because we still don't know what happened to Perry.
I know. I don't like the way they left that off at all.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to Perry. We don't know what was true and what was not true, because all we know is that she supposedly was killed.
She was killed?
Yeah. I think
so.
No,
because she wasn't killed. They said that the Time Lord said that she lived married.
She lived with
which I don't believe that either. Like I think
believe none of it.
It would be nice if the Time Lords just took her home and had her work like in covert missions, but lied to the Doctor about it.
There is a good. I don't know if y'all know about this one. There's a good companion story. That's it's called Perry and the Paradoxal.
You told me that.
Perry and the Paradox. And that one was really good. And the fact that what they did with her was that she was returned, but she was split. Like the original Perry was
with Clara, right?
Exactly. She was split, and then there's two different timelines where one timeline the Time Lords returned her back home, and she lived like she was abused and stuff. Like the whole thing with Perry is that the underground theory, and I might be wrong, is that she was abused as a little girl by her dad. So the trip that she was on in the middle of the sea was her and her father doing some shady stuff to her.
Jesus.
Yes. And so in this Big Finish retelling is that after the incident with the what happens on that planet, she's returned to the timeline, but she's still abused. Like she gets abused by her husband to the point where her face had to be reconstructed. So, and then she starts this path of self-help and becomes a famous talk show host. And that's when Sitz comes back, and she's like, she doesn't recognize Sitz no more. Or I think she either don't recognize him or she's very pissed off at him. And that's the timeline that Sitz comes back to. And I was like, damn, that is some really good. That's like Big Finish can go there, unlike BBC.
Yeah.
When I was redoing how I felt they should have done the '96 movie, I had set it up to where he had left her with Professor Crononis with plans on returning, but because of everything that happened in the '96 movie, he just never was able to get back to picking her up.
Yeah.
That's what
the comment section, they said, okay, not going to happen, but I'd love to see either Sally Sparrow or Wilfred Mott return. I could see, they brought Sally's boyfriend, Nightingale, in the episode with Osgood, in the thing with Osgood with the Weeping Angel game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I would be open to see Sally Sparrow being like a Weeping Angel expert. Like, and just showing up to help out the Doctor or Wilfred Mott. Absolutely.
Apparently, the only reason they couldn't get her back for the game was because she's like too big now. She's too busy. I don't know. Like, apparently she's really successful in like Hollywood now or something. So.
Oh really?
Wait, who played her?
I don't know who played. What's her name? I'm trying to think. Hang on, I'll have a look. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot of people in Doctor Who like that in Hollywood that became big, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they won't come back now, but that's fine.
Oh, I gotta see.
Carey Mulligan.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
yeah, apparently she's quite big now.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
which I mean,
was there anything, Darius? I wanted to ask you. You said something about like what did you hear from Reddit about the finale? I know that was probably all baloney stuff too.
Yeah, like the interesting thing about the finale is we're getting like conflicting reports, but like the one thing that they seem to be agreeing on is that Rassilon plays a part, and that there's more to the Timeless Child that we don't know, and that in order for them to find out what it is, they're gonna like go to Rassilon, basically searching for answers.
Okay.
Now, like they seem to be contradictory in what the answer is. There's like one that's saying that the Master is it. There's another one saying that like they're basically doing a loom type thing from.
I mean, if I was them, I would say that Rassilon set this whole thing up so they would seek him out, so you could have a trap.
I've been saying, I said this whole time.
Right, you said that.
And the whole notion about the Ruth doctor was probably a CIA agent who was caught investigating who was breaking into the Matrix.
And he put the memories of the Doctor in her, like Jackson Leak from the next Doctor, and she thinks that she's acting like him, but she's not. She's just a normal person.
And at the same time, they purposely removed her memories and stranded her on Earth.
Right.
And the Master, who was also sent by Rassilon, because the Rassilon wanted to get even with him for what happened in End of Time, but his main target was the Doctor due to what he did to him and the rest of the council on Hellbent.
So you know the funny thing about
me, I would like if in an ideal scenario, I would like Jo Martin to still be a Doctor because I think she just did like a pretty good job.
Yeah, I love her. I would love to see her.
You know, I've said this before. I think she clicked more with me as the Doctor than Jodie has. Like, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why Chibnall could do it with one and not with the other.
I know, right?
I
was saying the same shit. I don't understand how he got it perfect with her, and he didn't get it perfect with Jodie. That doesn't make any sense.
And like people have made like a lot of excuses about time, and I'm like, well, now we know that that's all bull because she felt like the Doctor in like a minute. So
yeah, and it's instantly, she was the Doctor. She was perfect.
Yeah, she was really good. So I think for me, my ideal scenario with the Ruth Doctor would be like either make her the next one because I'd be down for her to be 14 and have it do something to do with like memory wiping or something like that. You know, because they've lost memories during like regenerations before and stuff. So I mean, they could do something with that.
Things that got hazy, like Capaldi's Doctor didn't remember Madame de Pompadour.
Yeah, and like
that was like he was still within a certain amount of hours of regeneration, but he didn't remember who she was.
Missy didn't quite remember like how John Sim regenerated.
Right.
Either, like what happened after that. So like you could do something.
The thing that's interesting about that is that they referenced the Nethersphere. That you know how like Missy set it up where if somebody dies, they go right into the Nethersphere.
Mm-hmm.
They made it that in that episode Under the Lake or Before the Flood that Capaldi's Doctor said that you could just make bodies for yourself. Like Missy would never need to regenerate anymore because every time she would die, her consciousness would go into the Nethersphere and she would create a new body of Missy to just be Missy, right? So like just like the kid from wherever it was, Afghanistan died and went right into the Nethersphere, right? Same thing, like Missy gets blasted by the Brigadier Cyberman and she creates a new body for herself. So she wouldn't need to regenerate. Like she wouldn't I'll meet you for a second there. She wouldn't need to regenerate. She would just have a new body. But you know what they could do? And I said this in the previous cast too. I said that you could have it where she goes into the Nethersphere, right? To have a new body, but then somebody triggers the regeneration in her old body that's laying there, and that becomes Sasha Dhawan. So technically there's two masters, and they're both the master. You know, like she's still carrying on as Missy, you know, and Sasha Dewan's carrying on in the body that she had. You know, because if that's a consciousness thing, then there you go.
Sorry about that earlier. My mic was seemed to have shut off for a second.
Oh, I you were talking, so I muted you for a second. Sorry.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like my mic was like not picking up, so I was like, wait, is it shut off? And I'm like, no, it's okay, it's okay. But I didn't know whether you guys could hear me, but that's all right. That was my fault.
All right. So what were you saying? We didn't get to hear you. So go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that like my mic cut off, I think, or like I thought that it cut off, but yeah, sorry about that.
So I mean, you would be now. Here's the thing, also too. They never confirmed that she's leaving, even though there's been all these different things that she's leaving. And I've said before that don't get used to the fact that Series 13 comes and goes, and you think that she's going to regenerate, because she's not going to regenerate in Series 13 at all. And people got to remember too that 2 episodes were cut from Series 13. So as cheap as they are, they don't just throw out scripts. Like, if she's going to stay the Doctor, she'll probably do, or they'll do something where she'll do 2 episodes or whatever in Series 14, because they're not
do like a David Tennant type thing where she'll regenerate in like the specials probably or something. They'll do that. So like you can technically say that like Series 13 was her last series, like David Tennant's last series was Series 4, but then he actually regenerated in like the specials afterwards.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I could see that happening.
I think they'll probably do something like that.
I still say that they should do a series where everybody have to go up against the Doctor. Like he goes rogue, or she goes rogue, and it just causes. So that'd be I still say that'd be a great way to bring back older companions, older enemies. I mean, because she's now a threat.
Or that the prison things made her snap.
Yeah,
and we start to see that in Series 13, that she's looking at things differently now. And she's like, oh, it didn't work because I was in, you know, she was in prison for like 100 years or whatever the hell it is.
I always thought a companion turning would be a cool idea.
Oh, definitely.
I said that me and Scott, we all talked about that. Madame Kavarian must have been a companion because, and that fell in love with the Doctor because she had such hatred that, and like she knew him closely, that she devoted herself, her whole life, to join that church and to travel back in time along his time stream to make his life a living hell. So there must have been, she must have been a companion that got burned.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They never really talk about the psychological effects of companions. Like, you see so much mess being with the Doctor, and then all of a sudden he just leaves you, and your life has changed forever. They never dealt with a companion that just really is just disgruntled. Like, you're not going to do this to me.
Is interesting is like, have you noticed how Yaz has been getting very attached?
Yes,
He's been getting very attached. So I'm wondering if, because there's that old adage from like what Russell T Davies said, I think, like if you get too close to him, you get burned.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if she's gonna get a bit too close for comfort, and like either she's gonna put like, Jodie's gonna be like, look, you can't be this close, and like Yaz is gonna get maybe like, I don't know, offended by that because she felt like she knew who the Doctor was.
Yeah.
I think it'd be nice to see some conflict there, because that's one of the major problems I have at the minute, is that everyone gets along too well. It's too much.
Yeah, we almost had the fight between Martha Jones and Rose Tyler, and they kept hinting at it like they were going to throw each other in a ring, right? And then we never got nothing. We never got nothing. It was like,
I'd have loved to have seen that. That's really fun to watch.
You know they were doing that. They were putting these little things in there like they were going to battle or something.
Would have been funny.
I'm not even. Martha was done wrong though. I would team Martha all the way. Rose was just Rose. This is controversial, I know, but Rose is up there with Clara being too much and not enough.
They ruined Clara.
They ruined Clara.
Rose, I would fully expect that she would break up with the Doctor, because that's not the Metacrisis doctor is not the doctor. It's part Donna Noble, and that's part Donna Noble.
When they're like sat together, like having a random conversation, does Donna just come out every now and again and like, you know, surely Rose would be like,
absolutely yes,
you're not the person I fell in love with.
He's not. The Metacrisis is not 100% doctor.
No,
it's Donna Noble, and she might not like that. Yeah.
No. She's
getting wise like space, whatever, and she'd be like, "What?"
He might even like a little. He might like a little coffee with his cream.
He might be Valeyard because of the Donna Noble part.
Yeah.
No offense, but yes, I love Donna for that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's gonna be sassy. He's gonna be way sassier than like. This is so great. I just love that he sparred Donna Noble.
I know. That's probably Divorce City if they got married. That'd be over.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good Lord.
Totally over. I could see that happening. She's like, screw this. Then she comes back. She's mad at the doctor for dumping her with this
yeah, exactly.
This no frills generic doctor that doesn't have the exact prescription that Rose Tyler needs.
No.
Imagine that shit. Hell no.
I mean,
no.
I think Rose would definitely be the unreasonable one in that scenario. Like,
jeez, that relationship's doomed.
And you know, you still wouldn't have. Like the thing with like Martha though is that like she earns her stripes a lot more than Rose does, in my opinion. Like she literally has to travel the world to try and save the Doctor from being captured by the Master. Yes, Rose absorbs the time vortex, but that's the time vortex doing most of the work. If we're honest here, like, you know, Martha actually.
But the one thing with Martha Jones that I was very upset about and traumatized by is the fact that episode with her and Donna, where she almost drowned and the alien had to save her, it messed her up in the head so bad that she gave up being a doctor and she toughened herself because she felt that she was powerless, that she was going to drown and it was going to be needless, that she needed to be tougher. So she became a damn friggin' mercenary.
Exactly.
I'm like, holy shit, you totally... Even when she went to save the Doctor, she wasn't a mercenary. You screwed her up.
Exactly. Also, she was in love with the Doctor, and he kept rejecting her. And that was on top of everything, made her feel like she wasn't good enough for him. And then Rose walk around, he's all hell over heels for her.
Oh, God, Rose, look at you.
Exactly.
He got blasted by a damn Dalek because he wasn't even looking.
Exactly.
No, I always thought Martha was the better person. Like,
but you know what? Nothing. That Dalek should have had a goddamn monument on Skaro.
Yeah.
Okay? Because he was the only friggin' Dalek that said, fuck it, I'm shooting this mother. You know, I just shot him. Like, none of the Daleks are going to shoot him, like, and be successful. Then this Dalek just like, screw it. I know who he is. I'm shooting the Doctor. That's like, wow.
I'd have to say Nyssa.
I always liked Romana too. Lala Ward. Sorry. Yeah.
Now, granted, the first Romana.
No, not Romana was a mercenary. We're talking about Martha Jones was a mercenary.
Now, the first Romana, I like. The second Romana was good, but Mary Tam's Romana, I liked her a little bit more.
I mean, if I had to pick one for me, it would probably be Amy Pond for me. That's just my personal. Like, but, you know, in regards to that question,
but you would think all these companions are on Earth, right?
Yeah.
And the Doctor is on Earth constantly, right?
Oh God, yes.
And you don't see a companion watching the TV. Oh, that's the blue box. That's the TARDIS. I'm gonna go over there. I mean, how many companions do you have now that nobody's gonna go seek her out?
Yeah.
That you know that she's in this area all the time, and she's on the news, and you see her running around, and be like, "Oh, that's the." Why isn't anybody going to see her to talk to her?
What is going on? I mean, you got every companion that you've been with on Earth. It just makes no sense that you can't write them into a script. that says,
you're running around with a gadget. You're probably outside Tegan Javanka's house.
Yeah.
Like basically, and nobody. Hey, like nobody goes to like say hi.
Well,
I mean, we got all the
weird. I still find it weird that no one recognized the Daleks at all. Like, I know that they erased all the stuff in the R3D era with the cracks and times and stuff. But what about, like, the 60s Dalek invasion stories? Surely there's, like, some old man somewhere like, hey, I recognize
Hagrid, Tadwolf, Mandela effect.
He said it must be the Mandela effect. Making the companions forget.
Yep.
Yep.
It is.
That was a good one. It is exactly that.
They need to have somebody that's a ball buster, right? Right? That's part of the show, right?
Yeah.
That they come to Earth, not a companion. They just visit this guy, right? And the doctor would be like, I don't understand why the Daleks don't remember. It's like, your freaking fault. It's like, this is Earth 17. You screwed. It's like, what? I'm not even on the same universe. Something, because I mean, Jesus. They killed like how many fucking millions of people with fucking Doomsday and shit.
Yeah.
Jesus. Doomsday, even Amy Pop, but it's Don and Oba didn't even remember them either. Nobody.
No.
It's crazy. Or maybe they're just making that the Daleks erased everybody's memory somehow. Or even the Cybermen didn't remember either. That's crazy too.
One thing I really appreciated about like RTD when he ran the show is that he had a very concerted effort to like maintain the continuity in his era, right? So like obviously you have Harriet Jones being deposed in the Christmas invasion, and then you get to Stolen at Journey's End, and she's the one who like tries to redeem herself by creating the subwave network and getting everyone together. Like little things like that just make the world feel really real and connected and stuff. I just don't get that vibe anymore. Like obviously Moffat, he was a bit more fast and loose with it. He was a bit more like, I'll include the bits that I want, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with Chibnall, it's just sort of like, again, it's kind of
detachment. It's you don't have the music composer that has feeling.
Yeah. Oh,
it's just
God,
percussion.
yes.
Like it's not even like a memorable score that you could say, oh, they don't have the right composer. They don't have the trailers anymore with the dramatic music that they have, and they're like dun 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 dun. And like they don't go into a big deal with the trailers. They don't go into a big deal with anything. There is no like when you had the trailer about the Pandorica, you had like the voiceover. You see Amy Pond dead in the doctor's arms. You're like, oh my God, right? And it's like there's none of that no more. It's just like, oh, I'm feeling awkward because you're talking to me about you had cancer. It's like what? It's like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, these days we get trailers for trailers for trailers.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like we'll get a trailer.
She stole the pizza. I remember that. And the guy got flipped out on me on Twitter because she's like traumatized. I said the doctor steals pizza.
I think this bunch of people don't have passion, and that's why you're not seeing any of that. People back when they the older episodes, you could see that they really cared about the series. Now it's just I'm just fulfilling an agreement with HBO Max in China. I'm just going to get this out. There's no passion. There's no pride in their work.
I wrote a tweet about this, and you're kind of on the money. I said it feels very commercial. That's how New Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's too commercial. It's just like, all right, we need a syndication amount. Jodie, run down this street, fight this Dalek. Run down that street, fight the Cybermen. We need 10 more episodes, people. Let them fight Mud.
Yeah.
With the other eras, you felt like it was the showrunner's vision, right? Like RTD's, it was a bit cheesier. It had a bit more of the soap elements. You could tell that was his, vision for it. Moffat, he was a bit more big scale, grander concept, a bit more wild and fairy tale with it.
What's the question, Scamp?
You just don't get a vibe with him.
No, you don't, and that's the thing. It's missing. It's missing his heart, and
there's no heart with Chibnall. That's the point.
Yeah, there's no. It's missing his heart. I mean,
a couple of sentences you said that fucking Yaz was going to kill herself, and then you just left it there. And it's like, wait, what? Why did you want to kill herself? Her parents had this. Why? And then you don't fucking say anything.
Why has that not been brought up before, or at least alluded to?
Right, you bring up a couple of sentences, then you drop it. It's like, what the hell happened when Yaz's story arc?
The whole Yaz thing is just unsettling to me, and it's not in a good way how they writing Yaz. I mean, she's too dimensional. She doesn't have no personality to her, and now all of a sudden, near the end,
Bingo.
is in the end, she's now she is dangerously obsessed with the doctor now, and that's the issue with her character. That shouldn't have been the progression, the character arc for her. She should have been like a person that started like in the cop. She should have been a cop. Period. She shouldn't have
Yes,
been.
I agree.
You
That
know,
was
so
stupid.
you can get an interesting perspective of somebody walking the beat and seeing.
But she
this stuff.
wasn't a good cop at all. She was a ticket cop, and she wasn't good at that.
And they rewarded her for doing nothing.
They dropped the ball. And here's the thing: they dropped the ball on the very first episode because Yaz should have been the one to find, which happens to be true that her and the other dude found the doctor, but this should have been written in a specific way so Yaz's character could have been fleshed out in the beginning.
And
Like
they
she
said
was
that
actually,
Ryan liked each other, like loved each other, like a romance. They wanted each other or something in
Yeah.
school, and then they dropped that shit
Yeah.
immediately.
yeah,
It's bizarre.
yeah, exactly.
It's
And
Because
they
they
bring it up again when Ryan almost gets a girlfriend in space, and then Yaz gets jealous, and then they stop it again.
I think
Yeah,
it says a
because-
lot that we're going into the third series with Yaz now, and we still don't know who she is. Like,
Yeah,
I think that
exactly.
says a lot about like just how bad the development's been. Like, we still.
And let me just answer this question. You know the noise a TARDIS makes? Is it the same sound effect used in 1963? Yes.
Yeah.
Has it ever changed at all? They had a different sound effect for the Master's TARDIS because the Master didn't have a Type 40 TARDIS. He had a different, more advanced TARDIS, and they kind of tweaked the sound, and it was different sound with the Master with the dematerialization and everything. But the TARDIS sound has been the same sound since
I think
1963.
the movie changed it slightly as well, didn't it? The movie
Maybe.
one always sounds slightly different to me as well, but I could be wrong
Yeah.
on that. But other than that,
so-
yeah, in terms of the BBC ones, like it's always been the same.
All right, what were we talking about? I forgot. Go back to before I interrupted us.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing with Yaz, right? In the books, like she's supposed to be a straight character, right? Somebody put stuff in the books that she's not even straight, she's not even bi, she's a lesbian, okay? Then somebody in other books put it that the doctor went on a date with Grant, right? Totally, people need to get their things straight. But she's supposed to be a straight character. Straight character, okay?
yeah.
Now all of a sudden, it's like, are you just making her bisexual, like to like the dog? I mean, I don't understand where they're going with her. I mean, it has to be a romance now.
Diversity. Let's put it this way: it's forced diversity. They need to check mark a box so you can appeal to whatever side.
But now it's like it's not even diversity; it's sexual orientation. Like now,
I
now somewhere along the line, she fell in love with the doctor. I mean,
I don't even think it's that. I think they just want to appease the shipping people. That's what I think. I think they had the Tasman people.
But it's so you know what it is. I've joked about this, right? It's come to a point where they say, "All right, the doctor's going to regenerate." Right? They have a wheel, basically. Not really, but okay. Asian, male, African American, and they. All right, what do we do next? Oh, we didn't do an Asian doctor. Let's go. It's like, how about person tries out for the role?
Yeah, exactly.
And if they're great, they get the role. If they're not great, she slept. I slept in the TARDIS, like on the floor, because now all of a sudden, for some reason, she's in love completely with the doctor. Which
that's
how the frig this happens? But you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do like a single white. You ever seen the movie Single White Female?
Yes. I have.
They're gonna make her. They're gonna make Yaz a freaking nut, like obsessed.
Why? Okay, here's the thing.
That may turn.
That is bullshit if they do that. Because why can we not have a strong female character that's not crazy, not gender? If they wanted Yaz to be a lesbian, they should have had her come out in the beginning like that instead of. I mean, you can do characters like that. You can have them straight and all of a sudden gradually have them realize that they're in love, but you cannot force that on somebody because it seems disingenuous. It insults a entire community, and it seems like you just box ticking when you do that. I'm so sick of characters being done like that.
I think.
Actually, I want to say something about the doctor, though. First of all, too. Here's the thing, right? The doctor is a male in a female body, okay? The doctor still likes females. It doesn't mean that the doctor's gay. It's that the doctor's a male in a female body. So it's not, nothing is changed. The doctor would like Yaz, right? The doctor wouldn't like a male because in regeneration, you don't change sexual like orientation. It's the same person. Like you're wearing a different outfit or something, right? It's like the regeneration energy doesn't change your if you're gay or straight. Like the doctor is still a male in a female body, so he's gonna like Yaz, and it doesn't mean that the doctor is gay. I just want to clarify that for a second because we're not talking about humans. We're talking about aliens.
My thing just is with like this whole thing is that I don't get what the issue is with her just not being interested in that. Because like Jodie's doctor is very not interested in that, and it's been established that like she doesn't get it. I don't really get what the issue is with her just that not being a thing. Like I don't get why it has to be like that. You know, I don't get why there has to be a romantic thing there. I don't know why people keep trying to force that.
It doesn't have. It shouldn't even be. Like the doctor should be about saving people.
Yeah, and it's just another waiting to see what the ratings are for each show, and then once they say, oh, the ratings for this segment of society is looking shady. Well, let's do something to where we relate to that.
But you don't even have an all-female team because they bring in this guy John Bishop in as another companion.
Bridge team.
So you got a male and a female. So this whole thing about Yaz getting close to the doctor, you can't get close to the doctor if you have somebody else in the TARDIS with you. So that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, period.
I think my problem with Chibnall just generally is that he gives himself too much to set up. So I think the reason a lot of people wanted, the Doctor and Yaz to be like the only two was so that, you didn't have to spend time establishing anybody. Everyone was already done. You didn't have to spend all this time going, this is the new character, this is the new, etc.
You know when they missed the boat, Barry's? I really thought they were going to have a thing where Yaz was falling for the Master. Because they were at the table, they're gambling, and she's right next to Sasha Dewan. And I'm like, that would have been awesome.
Oh, yeah, that would have been really good.
They fell for each other. And then when he's battling the doctor, he's conflicted because he loves Yaz and she loves the Master. And maybe she would betray the doctor or the Master wouldn't go through with it because he loves Yaz. And they missed the damn boat on that, honestly.
They don't They don't see the bigger picture of what they write, because you get these writers coming in. I don't know if Chibnall did that episode or not, but you get these writers coming in, and basically you don't understand the show. You don't understand the dynamic, aka Rosie Parks episode. You don't understand anything that happens within the Doctor's timeline. You can't even get the fact that there are fixed points in time the Doctor cannot interact with it. You still do it because you're trying to teach British people about American history. Yeah. And you're trying to teach, and you can't even decipher that this is not a historical show like Cromley. It's a show about science. It's a show about science fiction where you need to be your ass up in the sky looking for other alien planets. But you can't do that because you're going to say, oh, budget restriction. But yet you send your people out to Africa, out to these different places. I mean, that's the problem with this whole show. You're not science fiction anymore. You don't even honor that you're science fiction anymore. You always box ticking. Have that alien go out and fucking find some places to search. Have that conflict. Make these companions not in love, opening their legs for the Doctor every time they've seen it. Make these companions be actual companions and not fam, because the Doctor don't get what fam is.
And that's what's killing the show.
Have that. And
you want to know something else? You want to know something else? The fact that you have an advanced civilization that's billions of years old, like the Time Lords, and all of a sudden this goddamn fucking portal appears out of nowhere. You mean to tell me that the Time Lords, with the technology to travel, with all these things that they have, right? Or even if they didn't have the technology, whatever, like they wouldn't find a way to shut that portal or get that portal out of there? Like, even when they advanced civilization, they wouldn't, like, shut down that portal at some point in time because they'd be afraid that more timeless children would come out of that thing? Like, of course they wouldn't leave that portal there, whatever that thing was. They would never leave it there.
They would do something to pretty much keep an eye on it.
Quarantine it. They would quarantine it. They would never leave that there. Never. Because they were worried about the Daleks coming to their border. Are you kidding me? So you're going to leave a portal where a whole race could come out of that thing? Come on. No way.
Which tells you the whole timeless child thing is just a...
I think it's a lie, like you said, Rassilon.
I think it was just a lie created by Rassilon.
Just to get them to visit Rassilon. That's it.
Yeah.
Rassilon set it up. You're right. You're right. Rassilon set the whole thing up. It's phony baloney. He created a fake doctor, throw that in there, and then meanwhile it's a trap that he sets for the doctor.
That's right.
The Daleks are there, and she gets killed, and she regenerates. That's it. And the person, think about this. Rassilon gave the order, right? He said, okay, give her regenerations. But he has no idea how many regenerations were given, okay? And still keep in mind that Clara on Gallifrey, probably in the High Council, probably gave the Doctor the regenerations anyway. Just keep that in mind. You can't have a human on Gallifrey, okay? So she's actually a Time Lord. She's a Time Lord, and she made sure he got tons of regenerations. And the person that listened to Clara talking to the crack was Clara. Telling you right now.
Oh,
that's how everything was set up.
About that, but yeah, they could do that. But yeah, the weird thing about the Timeless Child is it's just it makes the Doctor less special.
I doubt it.
As a premise, it makes because I like the idea of the Doctor just being someone who ran away and is just a normal person and that's it. I don't like the idea of them being special. That's my real issue with the Timeless Child. Is it makes the Doctor too important. Now that started in the Moffat era, but
I agree too. I don't like that either.
This is the culmination of it. I mean, I hope that we get more about it and it gets changed when it goes forward. But yeah, one thing I will say though about the politics is that I don't think it's forced diversity. I think Chibnall wants you to think that he's really politically correct and really good, but then in reality he's not that great, because if you think about it, in Spyfall you've got that scene where the Master's pretending to be a Nazi and he's using a perception filter to make sure he doesn't appear he appears like a Nazi,
right?
He appears like a white blonde and all that. So what does the Doctor do? She disables his perception filter and throws him to the Nazis into a concentration camp. That's
he's in prison for decades.
Yeah,
and this is the thing, that he, with all his brain power, couldn't get out of there.
Exactly. So I think Chibnall wants all of the accolades from it, basically, but none of the, the work to do it well. Yeah. That's my thing with it.
So think about this theory. Think about the Master being miserable, right, for decades in the Nazi camp, right? And then creates this lie to break her spirit, so when she gets in prison, she doesn't get out of prison either for decades. As revenge, because he was in there for decades. So now he breaks her spirit, and she's just depressed, and she stays in there with the weeping angels, the Bating, and everything else. And guess what? Any other Doctor would have got out of there, but now she's depressed, and you have to have Captain Jack save her.
Yeah, of all people.
I can understand. I know I've said this when we talked about it before. I could understand her being in there, putting on an act so she could be there.
She didn't.
I know. I'm just saying. If they had set it up to where it was all an act, so that way it would be able to lure them in a false sense of security, and then she can escape, I could see that. But yeah, to have Captain Jack come along and go, "Oh, here I am," yeah, that's piss poor writing.
She was gonna die there, regenerate, and then the moment she regenerated, then he or she would have tried to get out.
Yeah, because she was say, "Oh, look, this is the wrong person who."
Why am I being depressed? I'm the Doctor.
Wasn't familiar with the Time Lord physiology, so they thought, okay, somehow they escaped, and then we've got this other person here, so we've got to release this person.
I would say to answer the question in the chat that by Bradley Walsh's body language and answers in the Comic-Con panel, I would say that Graham and Ryan will return for an episode.
I think at the very least they'll appear during like Journey's regeneration.
Yeah.
Because you know how like Amy
Or the
did,
special.
Clara did for 12s.
I think it'll be a special flat out, not even a
Yeah,
cameo.
it could be that. Like they could come back in like the same sort of style as like.
But yeah, I agree. I
did
see
in the
Mark
Song
happening
Card
during
episode
the
or something like that.
regeneration.
Like, they could do that. Yeah, I think it's possible he could come back, but I wouldn't expect him to have a substantial role just by the fact of him being John Bishop and being not John Bishop, sorry, Bradley Walsh, and being this.
I just want something done with Graham and the Doctor because I didn't like the way it was left off.
No,
Yeah.
I did. I there was a lot of debate recently.
You're leaving? Okay, Graham. Go.
Yeah.
I was concerned about Ryan. You're going to? Okay. It's like
there was
what?
a lot of debate over that scene, obviously about the cancer, and I think that was really poorly handled. And I know a lot of people who've had like those personal experiences who think that was really poorly handled. And I do think that needs to be addressed because at the end of the day, you know, just because you're socially awkward doesn't mean you just don't empathize.
Yeah,
like I said, I wrote a piece
about the piss poor writing and how she was.
I would just throw a thing in there that the doctor, all the iced tea that she was giving him was like strengthening his immune system against the cancer. I would say that flat out. And she didn't tell him. And then she tells him afterwards, oh, by the way, all that ugly tea that you've been drinking, even if you drank a little of it, it basically boosted your immune system.
Yeah.
That's what I would have.
See, that would that's some good thinking. But they don't have that, unfortunately.
No.
They don't.
Yeah,
or even the TARDIS making sandwiches for Graham. They put some shit in there.
Yeah.
Or like the custard creams that come out the TARDIS.
It was lasting for a week in his pocket. Remember that? I want those type of Ziplocs.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's Californian bread, baby. That
It
shit
is.
lasts for a month, or that bread regenerates with the cold cuts.
But yeah, like
That cold cut regenerates. Bologna becomes salami instantaneously.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
the thing about the companions that baffle me is that they insist that they're a family, but you never get like that vibe.
Yeah.
You just,
Exactly.
Oh, how much did they screw that shit up, right?
like,
How much did they screw that up, right?
Hug.
Bam.
We never even get to see them hug, you know. It's
No.
like in like the RTD era, you know, in that bit at the end of Journey's End, where like they're all by the console room, and then they complete their mission in towing Earth back, and then there's just this moment where they're all just hugging and celebrating, like family would.
Exactly.
Like there's none of that there.
Well, do you see that Ryan said? Ryan said you screwed up, and like I'm not like really close with you anymore, and probably after this I'm out. Like he blamed her. It's your fault that you broke up the fam, and she's miserable about it. She did it.
Well, that whole situation.
She could have came back like minutes after she left them.
Yeah, exactly.
Come back a year later, and Daleks are ready to kill everybody. Get out of here.
This is the person. See, this is the problem where I have with the terminology of fam. You use this because you wanted to be hip. You didn't use this because you truly believed in the meaning of it. And making that doctor say fam just made her a joke.
No.
Oh,
it just seemed odd. It just
such a cringy word.
real.
And when they needed her, she wasn't there.
Yeah.
When they needed her, she wasn't there. And it's not really fam. Like mostly people, when they interact with people and they're like, oh, this person, my friends, my family. When push comes to shove, you really get to see if they are fam or not. And the doctor could not be bothered to return minutes after she left them. So she didn't even check it. She's like all ippity. And that's why Yaz basically shoved her. Yaz is like, F off.
You know, I don't care how socially awkward you are. Like, obviously, if you're, if you consider someone family, you're not just going to not say anything to someone who's worried about their cancer coming back. Like
exactly.
That was so fucked up. I swear to God, to this day, like Chibnall, I want to know if he was on drugs when he wrote that shit because
he just didn't give a shit.
The thing is,
was he raised by wolves and not humans? Did somebody like leave him like in the water, in the baby carriage or some shit? He has no emotions whatsoever.
The Doctor's always been a bit like off in human situations because he's not human. But he would never just be like, I don't know what to do with this. Bye.
No.
Like that's.
How is Chibnall the same fucking guy that wrote for the 11th Doctor with Amy and Rory and wrote such emotional fucking shit for them about Amy gonna leave or when her time leaves. How could he fucking write that? Right?
Because he was getting an actual paycheck back then. Where today,
how could he write that so good and now he sucks?
But here's the thing. Here's also what he could have done to save his ass.
He should have been just a basic writer.
They don't. When you write something, you supposed to flesh out your story, and you supposed to. You should know what your characters are doing at all times and how they're going to react. The doctor in that moment should have said like the teeth thing, and also she would have known how to solve this cancer he had. She should have been okay. What type of cancer you have? Okay. Well, I know some things that will help you with this cancer to actually have him beat the cancer.
Right, they wouldn't have the doctor actually cure it. They would be like, okay, we're giving you preventative.
Just having the doctor like reassure him though, or give him a hug or something would have been enough for me though.
Like the second doctor reassuring people, like, oh, I had a family once and everything. Like, wait, what? Like, where the hell is that emotion? Not there.
I'm not even happy with that. It's actually become a meme now where people are putting
okay, I'm uncertain right now on how to help you, but we will work on it. Yeah. I mean, if she said something like that, it wouldn't came across like so cold and heartless as, okay, Graham, I'm not 100% certain right now on how we're going to be able to get through this because of how I feel about you telling me this, but we will work on it, and I will work on trying to resolve your cancer. But
Chibnall has 100% control. Well, I just want to explain something to everybody. Chris Chibnall is the showrunner. He runs the show. If he doesn't like something the writers do, he has them change it, or he rewrites it himself, okay? He has say over what material goes in what magazine, what toys are made, what calendars are made. Every single thing a part of the show, he's the showrunner. He is in complete 100% control. So don't for 1 minute don't think he isn't.
The thing with the fam is like when they're hugging at the end of Revolution, it feels less like a hug and more like, you know what, like when sports teams they hug.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like. That doesn't feel
Yep.
That's not a natural pose.
That's so faker than fake.
Oh my gosh.
Faker than fake.
It just feels like there's just a lack of like human emotion.
Like even Davros a cookie. You know what they should do? Wait, you know what they should do? You know what they should do? They should come out, because you know how people are like questioning why Peter Capaldi's doctor gave Davros regeneration energy? They should come out and say that the doctor, Peter Capaldi's doctor, totally screwed Davros because he became an ordinary, puny human being that walked around like a goddamn nerd. And they're like, the Daleks like, get the hell out of here. You're not even worth blasting extermination. And they dump him someplace. Like, just dump his ass. And Davros is just a ordinary, no enhancements, no wheelchair, no buttons to push to blow people up. Just a puny, skinny, scrawny human being. That was the prison that the doctor set for Davros. You want the regeneration, buddy? I'm going to shove it up your wheelchair. Boom, whatever. And then he's human. He's freaking human and puny and whatever. They should make that. And he seeks out revenge against Jodie's doctor. And he's the one that's responsible for stuff. That's what they should do.
Oh, wow. Okay. There's a comment in here that I don't. It says, I have to be honest, guys. I think there are bigger problems with the show than just the doctor saying she's socially awkward. So much hyperbole over a single line. And you're right. It is. It's a bigger issue. There is a bigger issue with that show.
Yep.
That it's just.
No, it was not directed towards Dari's memory.
No.
I think the thing about that line though is like it's just emblematic of like the lack of emotion in the era, the lack of like things feeling natural. Like we were using that as an example to make a larger point. Essentially, we're not saying you can't have a socially awkward character. Yeah, we're saying that it's not natural, even if you are a socially awkward character, to be like, I can't comfort you about your cancer, especially if you're claiming to be.
I have a question for the group, right?
Yeah.
Why did the doctor that's socially awkward, right, was so concerned with the feelings of a frog that's a universe and saying, I want to stay with you. I love you. I want to be with you. But we can't. Right? She like basically on her knees, like with a marriage proposal, right? For a frog, right? And then Graham's like, yeah, I'm worried about cancer. It's like, oh, I don't know how to answer you because you're not a frog.
Maybe
Go
that's
croak
her.
over there.
I hate to say it, but maybe this is how her character is. 'Cause I know, like, each doctor has their strong points or their they all have this different characteristics that makes them amplified. Maybe this coldness and thing.
I think she just fucked up because it doesn't make any sense. She's more close with strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, okay? She likes Yaz. She likes Ryan. Graham is just there. Let's just put that out there, okay?
It's one of those. It's like one of those.
He's like the Turlo of the group, even though he's not like Turlo.
Over white male. We don't give a shit. There's the exit.
Graham is better than Turlo ever was, but I never liked Turlo. Graham is like the Turlo of the group. He's just there for a couple episodes and he's gonna leave and goodbye.
I don't even get the vibe that she really likes any of them, to be honest. I think she's like.
T with Yaz. She fucking loves Yaz.
I mean, yeah.
Yaz bought her outfit. Used a credit card. Just remember that. And her earrings and everything else.
Oh,
she gave her a makeover.
That's what I would love to have seen her done. Says, you know what? I didn't have to use my credit card to get your damn outfit, and you didn't bother even. So I'm gonna state. I'm gonna pretty much renege on that whole outfit. So you're gonna have to pay for it now. You done.
He wants to do a hot take.
What?
He wants to do a hot take. Come on and do a hot take.
Why is it gotta be about you, Memory? Always gotta be about you, bro. I'm trying to have a cast, man. Hot take.
I can imagine what he's gonna say.
Jesus Christ. I'm afraid.
Sorry, y'all.
What do we create?
God damn it. What kind of hot take do you want to freaking do, bro?
Hot pocket.
Jesus Christ. This is where we get demonetized.
Man.
Jesus
Here
Christ.
we go, folks.
I'm gonna pop off in a bit, but
all right. I'm gonna let him come in for a second. I don't know if is that okay with you, Darius, or?
Yeah, no, that's no problem. I don't know where he's got this thing that we have like a thing. I just I don't know.
You know, I'm not. Okay, here we go. Let's keep it professional, Memory.
I'll keep it professional. I'll keep it professional.
Right.
So you're gonna have pants?
It's all about Doctor Who.
Okay,
right.
It's not about me. Okay, so I can't just make it about myself.
Or anybody else. Okay.
Okay. All right. No Noel's own mentions. Oh. I'm kidding. Okay. What's my opinion on it? My opinion on this is, I think that, as I said in the comments, I think there are much bigger fish to fry than this issue. I think the problem with the show, it goes well beyond, oh, I'm socially awkward. In my opinion, I actually think that's just kind of her characteristic in a way, like of her personality, like her character, kind of, if that makes sense, rather than a kind of overwhelming problem with the show. I think the biggest problem with it is that the episodes are just a bit boring. They're not even that bad, most of them. Like, I rewatched, what's it called, the Saranga Conundrum. It's not bad so much as it is boring.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I think when you think about it, I think the reason the ratings dropped off is primarily because that, like, first set of episodes especially are very bland and kind of a bit tasteless in a way. And I mean, I don't think Jodie really has the screen presence or charisma to kind of carry a show in the same way that, say,
it's
Tennant
like toast without the butter.
The point with the socially awkward thing, though, isn't just like that line is an issue necessarily. It's more so just the characters. Because my thing is, if characters are really strong, I can put up with weaker stories. If the characters,
yeah, same here.
That's true.
Yeah,
I have to admit, I don't think the show's ever really been about the characters. I mean, if you look in, like, especially the 80s series, like, the characterization's bloody appalling. I think Russell T Davies was very good at that, and I think to a certain extent Moffat was certainly good at that, because I think his background in kind of soap operas probably helped that. Whereas someone like Chibnall, everything he's worked on before is always about event and kind of just keeping the audience entertained rather than having them think about anything deeper. Like even Broadchurch, which is a pretty good show, isn't the sort of thing where in a couple of years you're going to sit down and you're going to think, oh yeah, that Broadchurch was a masterpiece. No, you wouldn't think that. You might think that about, say, Sherlock or one of the more recent Russell T Davies miniseries. I think that's the biggest difference. I think it's kind of like Doctor Who's going to become a bit like Death in Paradise or Called the Midwife, in that it's kind of like, it's okay, it's watchable, but it's just nothing special.
I just want to say something. I want to say something to Odyssey. 1 second. Odyssey Audios. I never wanted the Doctor to be a thing where she would cure the cancer, but I would want her to be more sympathetic to what he had, or even if she gave him like how you have a protein shake or something, gave him something to boost his metabolism or something. But I would never have it that she would, because then you would run into all kinds of problems where she would have to cure cancer for every single person in existence. Like, even I wouldn't expect that to happen.
Even that's just it. It was a subliminal thing to where Graham just thought about it could have been, and that would have been great. But cancer is a very touchy subject for my family. So I lost many members. I lost my grandparents to cancer. I watched them wither away and die. So me talking about it, I am sympathetic towards everything. And of course I wouldn't have the Doctor know what the cure is for cancer, but I would have the Doctor reassure Graham that the cancer's gone. Yeah. Or something.
The thing is, even when you're just bringing up a sensitive topic like that, it kind of runs a risk of offending people.
Exactly. And I'm not looking to offend anybody. I
don't mean you. I just mean the show. I mean, like, even the person who brought up this point on Twitter, I actually saw this, and they got accused of being anti-autistic or ableist or something alongside.
Ableist,
they got being ableist, and that was not really what their point was. I think it's very easy, especially in the current landscape, for people to kind of get the kind of point made into something else a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think in many ways, as much as we make jokes about me in particular being entirely self-centered and making everything about myself, I think as human beings, very often we like to project our lives onto the fiction we consume in a way. If that makes any sort of sense.
Yeah,
here's the thing. As a writer myself,
I've got to pop off. Like the last thing I'm going to say on the whole thing with the cancer thing is, like, I'd never want them to like go and cure it. Like that's what I would want. But I think the idea of like Graham at least asking about it, and like there be a moral dilemma there about, is it right to do that? Like that would be interesting.
She should have just assured him that everything was fine or something.
There's like not like there should be a bit more nuance to it than just
like I said, it's always
they should have played her up like a joke.
To find a way to get you through all of this. If she had done something like that, I think nobody would have had any problems. But this whole cold, like, I'm socially awkward.
She should have did something funny.
You're a middle-aged white guy in this day and age.
If she was socially awkward, she should have did something funny, like, well, I'm going to tell you something right now. You 100% don't have cancer, but that toenail fungus, buddy, those feet stink. Watch those feet. If they did some shit like that.
Rom-com. That sounds like a line out of a bad rom-com.
No, but they should have did something like funny, like, but like, yeah, man.
I don't know if that's actually funny.
Use a different deodorant, shit. No, but like, honestly, I would have. You know what I suggest now? Chibnall did the wrong thing by what he did with Jodie talking to Graham. So for that, we need to have an Inferno type episode.
Oh my god!
Graham is the villain, and he's like, "I'm locking you up, you son of a bitch." And Graham is the villain, Ryan's the villain, and Yaz is the villain. And in this alternate universe, she's battling her fam, and they're villains.
You don't think that'd be a bit fucking controversial? Oh, it's not allowed to swear.
Yeah, it really will.
That would be
controversial, don't you feel?
What a piece of garbage she is as the Doctor, because they're villains, and her having to feed his fam.
You're going to have so many people going to be starting World War III over that mess, man.
I want to see that. I want to see an Inferno episode. I want to see them as the villain, like Brigadier.
You don't think it's a bad idea having the most inclusive TARDIS team yet become all the villains in an episode? You don't think that might be criticized a bit?
That would be great.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to get there. ratings back suddenly. I'm not gonna lie. I think it needs a bit more than that to get the ratings back. I have to admit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna actually have to be like a proper change, or like a break, like a hiatus for a few years. Or like kind of like they restart and it's obviously completely revamped. If they want it to get it up to Tenant figures, which in my opinion are pretty unattainable.
They're not getting up to Tenant figures.
No, exactly. I know there's like someone who does say that, but I mean it's never
no way.
Happen. It's never going to happen.
Who said that? Who said they're getting up to Tenant figures?
No, who said they should be up to Tenant figures, and
they're not getting up to Tenant.
And he's angry that they aren't. I'm not going to say who it is, but
This is what they need to do to the show. One,
Sharon Bigora.
They need to get off of Earth War.
Yeah,
make the ratings go up. Like how many times in Russell T Davis did they go up?
They can have Earth Adventures, fine, but they need to have less Earth
Adventures. That's a good question.
Too.
How many times did they go to Alpha Earth and the Russell T Davis?
They didn't. Like in the first series, they didn't.
You know what I would do? I would do a thing where she helps out this race, right? And at the end of the episode, they're questioning like to the companions, where'd you guys come from? Right? And they don't know, like, they shouldn't really be telling them where their planet is because you never know. And they screw up and they tell them they're from Earth or whatever. And that race becomes, like, the villains and tries to go destroy and they're like, oh, that's your planet? And blow the fucking thing up. Be like, what the fuck? Now we gotta be off Earth because there is no fucking Earth. Yeah. And the whole fucking season's in fucking space. On another galaxy.
My question is, what's the purpose of the writing room? I mean, what was their purpose?
Yeah, we're all thinking about that.
It's Chip will be like, oh, a fraud being a universe? Absolutely.
I got the impression that the writer's room was to try and make it kind of have a bit of like more cohesive in terms of like characters and whatnot. I don't think it really worked that much. That's why I don't think they're doing it now. I just think they're commissioning them on the story.
It's some place for them to sit and Chibnall saying we're doing this.
Yeah.
I think it's more on the lines of he kind of just they sit there, they come up with ideas for the series. They came up with like the pating there, I think.
And you know what the writers' room really is? It's the cafeteria. Let's make it perfect.
Honestly, none of those writers, I'm telling you right now, Chibnall is such an egomaniac that he's like, all right, your writers write this. Like, and if they do have something, it's very little, but there's no way that they have input.
Oh, I think they do. I do think they. I disagree though. I think like Orphan 55 that doesn't read like a Chibnall script, for instance. And I think some of the other ones, even apart from the ones he actually co-wrote, most of them don't read like that.
I honestly think that we need to get away from the format of 3 episodes in the past, 2 episodes in the future, 5 episodes in the present, whatever the frig it is. Whether he has a stupid system about. So many, and it's the same thing on Earth. Get the hell off Earth. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I said. Get the hell off of Earth.
Go on Mars.
Get away from freaking modern day companions.
How is it that Waters of Mars, right, is so scary and so awesome, right? And it had to do with the Ice Warriors, but you never saw the Ice Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we do shit like that? Why can't we have a terrifying shit? Why can't we have a terrifying shit like that, but with the Ice Warriors?
The Ice Warriors aren't going to pull in viewers. Only like
no, that's true.
Like the Daleks, maybe the Weeping Angels.
Listen, they need to get.
And you know what? That's a good point because I think the older, like the reason they, like I said, is a tour box, and the reason they stick with those, not besides the daughters being on a contract every year, is that the fact that these are the groups of villains that bring in higher ratings, and they are so I forgot the word for it, but they are so used to using these groups of villains that they cannot think outside of what makes a good villain. The rare occasions like the one you just talked about and Midnight was that.
Yes.
Wars of Mars and Midnight was so good, it's because they went back to old school logic where we didn't have to see who the villains were. We know the villains was in that space, but we never saw them.
Yeah,
we seen them, but in Wars of Mars, we did see them in a variation, but you never saw the actual physical villain there.
Right.
It was always in a variation.
It was more like a micro.
The finale did suck shit. The finale. Let me tell you something. Nobody is talking around about the Doctor Who episodes, and man, that finale, the Battle of Ramskor Kolos was great. Nobody's fucking seeing that shit. So,
I'll say this about that one. I think the way Chibnall was viewing it was more like, oh, it's the finale, but like a couple of weeks later, it's going to be like the Christmas special. Like, don't you remember?
The Christmas special was the finale because that shit sucked so bad that you had to have fucking It was Resolution. Was the actual new finale because the other one sucked.
No. But I mean, like, obviously, like, Resolution was in production, but I think Resolution was what he wanted to be the finale because that's the only one with a returning monster, really. I mean, the rest of that series.
Tim Shaw sucks.
Yeah, there's a reason he didn't bring him back for Series 12, isn't there?
Get his ass out. He sucks.
Exactly.
Yeah, a failure as a dentist. So he brings in this dude covered with teeth.
But do you know what's interesting about the ratings for this era? None of them go up on the finale episodes. In all of the Moffat era, they all went up on the finale episodes.
Yeah.
In the Chibnall era, they haven't. They just go down. That's what happened.
Jodie's doctor should have put these mothers in the friggin' Master's TARDIS to Pating. Let him eat that shit.
Here's my question. Because here's my question about Doctor Who. And Memory, I think you could answer this. Is it because here I know that shows are getting canceled left and right, but over there it seems like if you are established, if you are a traditional show like probably East End Doctor Who and them, you can have the lowest ratings but still manage to have another season of it.
I would say this. It's definitely good for at least 5 years, I reckon. Unless like the ratings go below. Unless it goes below 3 million, there's no chance of it being cancelled. Like TV ratings these days in the UK, like they're really at an all-time low, basically. So if any show gets in like the top 50 for a week, it's pretty much good for another series. If it's been running for multiple series, so like you see Death in Paradise, that always comes on at the same time of the year. I think they're going to.
But Doctor Who is protected by China and HBO Max, so it's not going to cancel. They gave them the money.
It's not.
They gave them the money until Series 15.
Well, yeah, but the thing is as well, with Doctor Who, it's a long-time investment more than most shows. So like they'll still be making money on it, even if like they don't make a series for a year, because it has like this fan base.
It could really suck ass. I mean, like beyond sucking ass, and they still gonna finish Series 15. Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to though. Chibnall's all right.
I mean, we'll see what he does. Christian.
Is Dark Martin still running over there, or did they cancel that one?
Which show? Sorry.
Dark Martin.
Doc Martin. Oh, I don't think that's on anymore. But I think that was probably more because the leading man wanted to do something else.
Okay.
More than anything else, really. I think. But I'm not sure.
Memory, by the way.
I'm all right. I've been less offensive than usual today. Are you surprised?
Good. That's good, man.
I don't know why I brought that up.
I was waiting for the hot take. I was really waiting for the hot take.
It was my hot take.
Hey, this might be the alternate version, the alternate universe one. So we better be careful. This might be.
No. This is just what I'm like when I'm not trying to play it up and get attention. This is what I'm like when I'm on my meds.
It's all about the memory. Why in here? I don't know. Is it because this guy's in here? I don't know. It's like, shut up!
Oh no! It's just because I had a bit of a problem with a young friend.
I know. That's why I was like, don't make it about you. We're talking about Doctor Who, yo.
I didn't want to make it awkward. I didn't want to make it awkward when I came in.
You might have made it awkward. I don't see somebody here. I don't know.
I could have very easily made it awkward, but I didn't.
No, it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, he's blocked me, man.
Listen, get over it, all right? How many times do I block you? How many times do I block people? Yeah, please.
Yeah, but like you're funny.
I do forgive people, though.
Yeah, you're I do it because I know you'll forgive me.
I forgive a lot of like problem beings. I forgive. So
was that a reference I heard there? Are you making this all about something, Mr. Cappuccino?
Yeah. So anyway,
you might be.
I gotta tell you, I was telling Scott last week. I'm relaxing, right, and I see this fucking video. And it was like, I watched the thing with Gary, right? Just
was this the
He lost his fucking shit. He's like, fuck Christopher. I'm like, Fucking people's heart went up. Motherfucker went up a couple of decibels.
Oh,
I'm like,
reminded me of.
and I'm like,
you
looking at this.
want the handfuls out of it.
I'm watching Nerdrotic lose his shit, and I'm looking at him like the fuck. Like I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Wait, was this on like a one of his
fucking one of his things?
Yeah.
He fucking lost his shit. I mean, he lost it.
Let's put it this way, Vaughn. The only difference is the Nerdrotic guy didn't have a canine to throw across the room.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Me of him a bit.
Not only did he lose his shit, but his shit talked back to him, and he would say, "What the fuck are you doing?" Basically.
I have to admit, I think it was almost as good as your meltdown. It was probably even funnier. Like, I'm not.
I would say, Nerdrotic getting fucking hot and bothered, pissed off, was the canine moment when I fucking flipped out. This motherfucker turned fucking beat red like a goddamn motherfucking tomato. And it was like this motherfucker killed his cat and took his lunch money because he was fucking hot.
The thing is, bro, I think your one's over like something like it's still a bit pathetic. But I mean, at the end of the day,
it's not him that pissed.
No, but I mean, it's literally over nothing. He just said he wanted to destroy Canning. He doesn't even work on the show anymore.
I'm sorry. I unsubscribed, but like he traumatized me. I did not. You know, usually he's talking and everything. He's got the beard going. He talked to his beard. It was crazy. It was my fucking computer was shaking up and down. He cursed Christopher Eccleston so bad, like fuck you. I was like, wow. I couldn't. I was just. And I told Scott, I was like, we're gonna go fucking. I'm gonna do cast, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to work. I'm like, shit. I gotta go to fucking work, shit. And then I wanted to do it the next day. I fucking fell asleep. I'm like, fuck, for a whole week. I wanted to fucking do this cast.
And this is why I said he should have been tactful with that, because he know that his audience is mixed now with new people and old school people.
They're probably going outside Chris Eccleston's house with the fucking pitchforks with the lighter fluid. Man. Like, let's burn this motherfucker.
I wouldn't talk about tact when you have me on Matrix Lord 212 on the call. I mean,
I need more ginger ale. Jesus.
To be honest, I think he makes you look like a very even-tempered man, Joe, by comparison.
It was the fury of the fucking Gary. It was fucking incredible.
It was funny, though. I laughed. It gave me a good chuckle. It gave me a good chuckle when he said it. When he was, like, going mad. He's saying, I hate you, you're terrible.
I was like, I'm watching the video, whole fucking video, but...
Oh, man.
I was in fucking shock. That's like the priest. That's like my priest doing the mass, going in the street and start killing chickens. I was in fucking shock. I couldn't fucking take it.
He's been ramping up to that though for a while though. That outburst. He's been ramping up to that. I've seen some earlier episodes where he just close from blowing up.
But here's the thing. I'm questioning. Was it real? Or is it because he moved twice and money's getting low? Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you right now. No, I have to put it there. I'm not bashing him, right? I know it costs. I know, one, his wife's business went down. That sucks, right?
Oh, no.
Totally. It's so horrible, right? Because of the COVID, right? But he moved once and then he moved twice. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
that's a lot more than fucking donation.
To me, then that would make me think that he's like doing it because he's like in an unbalanced place. Like, I mean, bear in mind,
I need some more money. So,
Joe, bear in mind, right? Who he's friends with. Like, he's getting probably a bit wound up by some of them. I have to admit. Like,
no. He ain't getting. Listen to me. He ain't getting wound up by nobody, right? But then you got the Resident Evil ass lickers that try to be part of the menace that will never fucking be part of the menace. And they lick. They're like, and they fucking making thumbnails and this shit. Chris Eccleston charges a lot of money for autograph. Well, listen, motherfucker. David Tennant and Matt Smith charge $1,000 for one picture. So shut the fuck up.
I actually have a question. Do they actually call themselves the Fandom Menace? Actually call them. That's terrible.
I'm not okay. Listen, first of all, I have to make a disclaimer. The thoughts and everything of Matrix Lord, I am not bashing the Phantom Menace in any way. I'm just saying that there are people that want to be Phantom Menaces that put shit in there like they're part of Phantom Menace. Wait, and they're not. They're like licking.
So I've got a question. Who is in the fandom?
I'm not.
Sorry.
We're not going okay, sorry. We're not doing that, no.
Sorry, no, I actually don't know who the hell they are.
There are people that you know of that just tried so bad to bounce off there to get subscribers from them and just went off on fucking other tangents.
Oh, I think I know the type of people.
Call people ass clowns and everything else. All right.
Morons.
Listen. What's the wrestling phrase that Sid Vicious said? I'm not part of your core. I'm not part of your core. I'm part of no one's core. Yeah. We're the real Whovians. I don't need to be part of anybody's group. We have our own group. Okay? So you're going to be seeing me put fucking hashtags like, can I make it and be your plus one for this group? No. I don't give a fuck. That's it.
What? You sound so mad.
No, it's hysterical. You know what? I'm sitting on the throne. So I'm like, well, I'm sitting on the throne. Let me watch some shit. Because that's what this shit is. Them. They're fucking shit. Okay? And they're fucking like trying to copy, like trying to impress him. So they're like, Chris Vacklin's an asshole. Like, shut the fuck up. Okay? You don't fucking mean that. You're just dick. You're a fucking dick because you're trying to be part of the club with him. And he's so now what happens is he does that. Then all people in his group are fucking be like, Chris Vacklin's an asshole. Chris Vacklin's a jerk. This guy, wouldn't sign my autograph. Fuck him. It's like, shut up. Shut up.
Now here's a tampon, move on.
But it didn't work. Because guess what? It fucking backfired on his ass. Because everybody fucking put support Chris Eccleston.
Joe, at the end of the day, Christopher Eccleston is a skinhead, so they should like him in theory.
God.
Oh, shut up.
Listen, all I see is the alien, man. That's all I see. That thing called the Time Lord, whatever he is. That's all I see.
I have to admit, though, I don't get why he went so mad. Like, I mean...
I don't know.
He's not gotten that mad
I want to find out. I love Ballstruck. I like Ballstruck. I'm friends with Ballstruck.
The Bowl of Shrek?
No, I'm a fan of him, and he's a fan of me. I like him. You're crap with your Bowl of Shrek. Look at you.
Can I make a confession to you? I've never watched one of his videos, but I just find his name funny.
Saying Supergirl was woke and he only saw 2 episodes. Oh!
When did I ever claim to have credibility?
God, I saw Gary do that fucking video that time. He's ripping apart Supergirl, and he's like, "Well, by the way, I only saw 2 episodes in season 1." I'm like, "This motherfucker with the fucking videos." Supergirl, she sucks.
Supergirl. It's gotten so damn
low. I know, no, but my point was he only saw 2 episodes in season 1, and he's commenting for fucking years about Supergirl like he fucking watches the shit.
He gets the clicks, though. I mean,
but
he's a
YouTuber.
Watch
it.
So he's making money.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You gotta listen to me. You have to try out the product, right? If I'm going to put my name out there and be like, "Hi, this is Matrix Lord 2 and 2, and this is the water lesson," you're going to see me actually drink this fucking shit. You're going to see me drink it. You're going to see the fucking thing go down. You're going to see it on camera. This ain't going to be CGI. I'm actually drinking this shit, and I'm telling you how it is, right? But
he's just copying other people's views on it, I think. That's what he's doing.
But if he's doing anything about Supergirl, watch the fucking shit, okay? Actually watch the shit so you know what the fuck you're talking about instead of fucking making shit up.
Sorry,
that's my point.
Sorry, Odyssey Audio's in the chat. Sorry, I just saw this. I wouldn't want to role model my channel after a man who allegedly has a thing for dogs. Who is he talking about?
Who's that? Oh, that's bullshit. Somebody made some no, honestly. Come on, man. Somebody made that. Listen, no, I know what that is. Listen, I have to say something about this.
Okay.
No, bro. I don't know if you're a bro or a bra. I don't know what you are, but honestly, listen.
No, never say that again. Never say that again.
Honestly, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, somebody listen to me. We know people put fake shit out there, okay? So when they were going after Ballstruck, they put some fake shit out there like he hates fucking dogs. And everybody's like, what? he hates puppies? Fuck that guy! And then you had all these fucking Karens and Yentas and fucking PETA and everybody. They're like, he hates dogs? Some bitch. And it was all bullshit.
Oh my god.
No. It doesn't say he doesn't like dogs. It says he has a thing for them.
No, it was all bullshit. Come on. You believe everything you see on Twitter? God.
I believe everything that Joseph J. Cappuccino puts out. Election fraud, am I right?
Stop it.
God.
I got the vax, yo. Yeah, I got the vaccination. I got Johnson & Johnson. Next thing you know, the fucking thing's canceled. I'm like, shit.
Well, in the UK,
have you heard
there's like a small chance that you'll get like a blood clot if you have the COVID vaccine they're doing.
I was going crazy, right? I'm going crazy. I'm like, the thing's canceled, whatever. They're like, Matrix Lord, you're not a woman. And then I had to look. You're right, though, because the 6 people that had blood were women. They're like, why you get all excited? No, but Sharon got it too. But she's having problems now with it because her neck and everything. So I'm concerned with this.
Oh, she's having a blood clot.
No, I don't know what she's having. She's having God forbid. No, but she's having problems with her neck now.
I'm joking.
Because of this with this fucking thing. So
I
don't know.
I hear like apparently.
Wait,
I know people have had it.
We both got the vaccinations, 1 shot, and that's it. The Johnson & Johnson. So I got it.
Johnson.
There are people.
Yeah, that's exactly, Scott. So I got it at 12:30. She got it at 5, and then since that, her what's the word? Her symptoms.
What's saying?
No. What's the word? Not symptoms. The side effects. Her side effects.
Yeah.
Her side effects didn't go away. She has pain with her neck and her spine.
When did she get the vaccine?
We both got it last week. We both got it. I think it was last Friday, and she still has symptoms.
Oh, that's bad.
Did they tell you?
And then we got the message from the place that we got it from because they're worried about getting sued, and they're like, "Oh, are you okay? Maybe we'll help you." Like, what are you gonna do? We got the shot. What are you gonna do? Take them symbiotes off me, okay? That shit's in me, okay?
Yeah,
so
fair, your wife isn't Tom Hardy, is she?
Right, you can't just take the shot out of you.
I don't know why I said that.
The thing's fucking grown in you, whatever the fucking is doing in there for a week. So what are you gonna do? Thank you for being concerned, but it's okay. Like honestly, we made the choice. Listen, we made the choice because here's the thing. I was lucky that for whatever reason I was immune to it for a time because Sharon actually got it. She actually got it last year, and I was completely immune to it. I didn't know any antibodies, no nothing. But I felt, luck is going to run out. And you know what? I made the decision. Because I want to be able to, go anywhere I want and get vaccination and do the right thing. Great power comes with responsibility. There you go. You got the vaccination.
Great power?
No. Power of choice. So, power of choice. So we made the choice. We made the choice to get it. Like her parents got it. Her parents are like 76 years old, and they were like superheroes. They're like, "Oh, we got no problems." They were fine. I'm like, "Oh my god, they had no problems at all." So we're like, "All right, let's go get it." So we got it.
See, I got the Pfizer one, and I didn't feel anything.
Well, I arm was sore for a little bit. That's all, because
that's
when they get the shot. But I'm right-handed, so I'm like, put it in the left hand just in case,
Yeah, that's what I did too. I told them, yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you tell them to put it in the left hand just in case?
Because I'm righty, I'm right-handed. And if I'm doing everything with my right hand and I can't write my novels because my left hand's fucked up. So if an arm's going to get fucked up,
I get that. No, I get it. That's fair. But when you write, don't you do it on like a computer or something?
I do both, actually. Okay.
Do you actually write with paper? I don't know.
Here's the thing. Sharon even knows I have an obsession where I constantly buying spiral notebooks. Now, I write on my iPhone and I write on the notebooks. So I'm always writing. I have a notebook in every room in the house. And if I'm just go in 5 seconds and I can write anything. So I'm obsessed with writing. So I have notebooks everywhere.
I am obsessed with stationery. I got a lot. I've been journaling lately.
And now I'm obsessed with the water lesson.
What's next after the donut lesson and the water lesson? What's after that?
Okay, so there is a history. There is an actual history behind the lessons, and the history behind the lessons is that people have contacted me all over social media and calling me directly, concerned that I was going to die because I was having donuts. Okay,
what?
This was a real. This is real. This is real. It's real.
They're trolling you.
No, they're not. It was no.
They're actually serious.
No, it was serious.
Can you please?
It was so. No. Listen to me, honestly.
Okay.
You can't make fun of the situation because these are people from my members of my family, friends. So people actually were trying to do an intervention. They would call me for hours. They were whatever. So it wasn't just one person. So it got to be so ridiculous. And I was talking to Sharon about it, and she's like, "Are you kidding me? Like whatever, right? Like just shut up or like relax, like whatever." And it's like I'm doing my YouTube stuff, whatever. So I thought it was so ridiculous. Honestly, I appreciate people being concerned, but I'm not. This is YouTube. It's not like I'm eating 50 donuts a day. So, like,
are you sure? I'm
kidding. So the thing is, I thought it was hysterical. So I'm like, Jesus, I can't have pizza. I can't have donuts. I'm not gonna get in trouble if I fucking have water. What they gonna fucking say then? But that's what happened. So in defiance, I started doing the water lesson.
You know what you should have done in defiance instead? You should have started the smoking lesson.
No, I don't smoke. But so what happened was I was drinking large quantities of water where before I wasn't drinking as much water. So I started getting thinner in my face. If you notice, I started getting thinner in my stomach. I started getting healthier. No, I started getting healthier.
I'm fucking with you. I'm kidding.
No, and I'm like, and like I felt like fucking sometimes Captain America. Like fucking, here you go. I felt great.
Yeah, there is a resemblance between you and Chris Evans, isn't there? Yeah.
No, so I was like, well, it's fucking healthy. What? So then my friends, now the thing was like, yeah, so how much did you spend on the water? And I'm like,
no, God.
What? You have 68 episodes of water. Did you add that up? I'm like, what? Yeah, I think you spent $220 on water. And I'm like, what?
Well,
some of the waters were like $5. Okay?
Why did you get them?
What?
Why did you get them?
I bought them with my fucking money.
Okay. What's the best water? Top 5 waters right now.
I said it on my. You fucking watch it. I don't
want to watch all the episodes.
I want people to go watch the videos.
Okay, but like, what's like? Which video should I watch to find the best one?
Just watch 68 episodes. Be nice. Give me a watch.
I'm gonna put on ad block if I watch them.
Throw me money, man, and then you want me to cut corners and give you like a free discount. You watch that shit.
I'm putting on ad block when I watch it.
So from the water lesson became the iced tea lesson, the ice cream lesson, the juice lesson. So then it got to be juice. Then sugar was crazy, and I'm like, oh wow, now I really had a lot more. No, reverse.
You know what you should have done? You should have done like the toilet lesson, going to all the public toilets you can, like in New York.
Jesus,
watch that. People would watch that. People would watch.
Now
yes, my camera flipped.
There's only one ply. I don't know where they get it, but
you know what?
Wood was very good.
What makes me kind of seriously is the people that walk around towns and just film themselves walking, and they supposed to be like quote unquote walking videos, and they making a lot of money because they're going to different places. Especially there was one person in New York that do that. I mean, yeah, Scott does it too, where you just walk around, but you go to like.
I actually stopped that. I actually stopped doing that because I had the mask on.
With Matrix Lord.
Moving with Matrix Lord, morning with Matrix Lord.
Masterpieces, though.
They are, really. They are. Yes, my camera's flipped. How do I flip it back? Do you know, Odyssey?
No, you don't. You just leave it.
You just leave it? Because the window... Okay, so the window is... It's actually... The window's actually here.
Yeah.
Instead of over there. Right, so...
That's the way the camera is receiving.
It's flipped.
Here.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like it's on this side. It's actually the reverse.
You know what? It's a funny thing because I never really thought about that, like switching the camera the real way it is. How do you do that? I don't even know how to do that.
It doesn't matter, really, does it?
It doesn't really matter. I just so know that everything's reversed. You can't. Oh, okay.
My life is reversed.
Yeah, it's just reversed.
Ever since you came into it, Joe.
Yeah. It's reversed for the better or the worse? No.
That sounds like a title for a British comedy. My life is in reverse.
Yeah.
Joe, have you ever considered becoming a stand-up comedian?
Yeah. No.
I think you should. You'd be quite funny. I think you have like the pattern of vibe.
It's always funny on this thing. It's crazy. Joey Jupiter came back. You saw that?
Yes.
No, thankfully not.
Thankfully not.
Tea lesson.
Yeah.
What other lessons are going to come?
Wait, what have I not bought that I'm throwing all the money towards the water? I'm trying to think.
Sex toy lesson.
I have a budget. Everybody has a budget, right? So what didn't I get? Comics, maybe?
No.
No, the money went somewhere. Obviously, it diverted from.
Joe.
Maybe I just made more money.
No. I've got a pitch for you. Wow. The dildo lesson.
See, now you're getting demonetized. Okay? You're like, I'm a success. I went on the cast. I said dildo. Now he's done. No.
You're not going to just censor it. Just like block it out. Just block it out.
So you think I can block what out?
Like just pull that bit out. Like 1 hour, 51 minutes. Cut that whole minute.
5 seconds. No, it's fine.
But what?
Right. We're gonna talk off.
You know how they do like? You know how they have like bad versions of Diet Coke. Do like a review of them. Do like a review of like the knockoff.
Listen. This is a phase, right? It's a phase, and Scott knows when the phase is over.
Yeah,
it will be over, right? Like there's a video game phase. Now it's the water, and everybody's like, which people are getting angry. By the way, I know that they're like,
wait, what?
People get angry. They're like, could you talk to us instead of just drinking? It's like, so people get angry because they want to hear me do my vlogs or talk or whatever, and they're like, every episode he's drinking something or eating something.
Joe, come on. Like, does your wife know about this phase? Because you might want to tell them.
For me, she's like,
you missed the joke. You missed the joke.
She's like, Ton, do you have this water? She'll buy me stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be honest, at the end of the day, all that matters is that it makes you happy.
Sharon does the water lesson. It's the most fucking successful water lesson in the whole fucking thing.
Yep.
More than any water lesson, and all our friends are watching it. It's just like a goddamn fucking going viral. I'm like, wow.
So I've got a question. Do your family watch your videos then?
Yes.
Oh my god, so they've seen me. God.
Everybody watches my videos. All my family members.
Do they watch these?
Yes.
Oh my god, I feel bad. Your family actually has watched like.
They'll be like, what's with that fucking memery guy? No.
Yeah, probably. That's quite. That's probably the nice way of putting it, to be honest.
They're like, I heard this guy yell at you in his podcast. Fuck that guy. No. I try and keep my. If I was like in your position, I wouldn't want my family to watch these, man. Like, it's hysterical.
So why weren't you at the family dinner? Oh, I was just recording Real Whovians cast,
Dude,
man.
no, honestly, we're not anywhere. I mean, we can't go anywhere. How are we gonna go for a whole
point. But I mean,
wait,
before then,
I know this is completely off topic, but how is New York now?
it's new.
Because I'm going there in September.
Okay, so I want to go into the city, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Don't go into the city." I'm like, "Why?" And I said this before. They're like, "It's like Gotham City without Batman." I'm like, "Shit!" So they have like this fake thing, like they're like, "Oh, this is a wonderful bank and everything," and then if you turn the camera the other way, they're fucking breaking into a building. It's like things are not like not right. I'm not gonna say it's super fucking bad, but I just wanted to go into the city, and everybody's like, "I'm going to the city. You don't go out at a certain time of night. Don't go to like you have to carry weapons." Like, what are you talking about? Like, I wanted to go to Krispy Kreme to get some fucking donuts.
Didn't you
not in Staten Island.
I recall you got accosted on a bus one time.
What's that?
You got accosted on a bus one time. You got
no. The bus got into an accident one time, and I'm like,
I was talking
to the bus driver's fucking thing about it.
No, it was a train. It was a train. Like, you got off, and then some guy pulled out a knife on you or something.
Oh yeah, I was doing The guy fucking came. Yeah, that was.
And you tricked him by like pulling out your camera and pretending you were recording him.
Yeah. So okay. Unfortunately, when all this pandemic started, right, there's one night a week that I travel in the wee hours in the morning, where I work overnight. So I have to take the train to a certain area. So since this COVID thing happened, all the fucking weirdos come out now.
Yeah.
You're out there, aren't you?
No. You have to understand something. All right, here's the thing. People are laid off from work. They are not getting unemployment, and they're going broke, and people are robbing because they need to survive, right? Or in this case, this person's a drug addict, right?
Well, how did you know they were a drug addict?
Well, maybe look, okay, the guy was wearing pink and white and fucking black sneakers and some weird ass hoodie, and he was like whatever, shaking. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't a drug addict. Maybe he just had Tourette's. So
no. For all you know, he could have been someone who was watching your video and then he got scared that he saw you.
All I know is,
what do I do?
I wasn't the only one on the train, right? There was people next to me, whatever, and this lady was traumatized because. Like, so he eyed me, and he's like, I don't want to get a pen on my show. So he's like, and he's coming at me with the fucking knife, right? So I'm like, so here it is. I'm like, I'm not even afraid. I'm like, we're going to do this now, motherfucker. I swear to God. Like, I'm fucking done, right? So I'm sitting there fucking staring at him, and he's coming at me slow motion. And then I just picked my fucking phone up.
It was in slow motion. Are you sure this wasn't a film?
I just there was one, and the girls are like over here and shit, and she's getting nervous. She's trying to call the cops, and I just put my phone up. And he's like, "Fuck!" And he went down in the fucking seat. He went up and he fucking ran out because he's like, "Stupid fuck! Oh shit! Facebook Live! Shit! Like now I filmed you, motherfucker." So now he's like a stupid fuck. So now he's like, "Oh shit! I'm on camera now." So he fucking ran off.
The Matrix vlog.
He got off the fucking stop, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just shaking my head, fuck. And then I get off the train, and the lady's chasing after me. Oh my god! Oh, so I was like, she's like, I called the cops. I'm like, but how the cops?
No, Joe, you misunderstood it. She was traumatized because she saw the great Matrix Lord 212.
No, but the thing was, look, here's the thing. If common sense.
I don't have any.
I put my phone up, but obviously I was gonna fucking punch the fucking shit out of the person because I'm not gonna get stabbed. Obviously. So I was ready to go. I'm like, look,
and then they're gonna stab you, and then you're gonna die.
Get to work, so you're in my fucking way. So like, whatever. I was ready to go, you know, and then thank God it didn't happen because God, maybe what if I hurt him, then I would have went to jail, right? Or something would happen. So or even if he hurt me, so either way, it would have been fucking bad, right? Then weeks later,
because you were there. I'm kidding. I'm being mean now. I'm just being mean now. I'm sorry.
I've never had a fucking problem ever on the train or the bus.
You've never been a problem.
No, I've never had someone try to fucking stab me. Well, no. I never had someone try to stab me before, but I had someone try to rob me before.
Why would they target you? I mean,
just random.
I'm not just me. This is not the same day, bro. We're talking about fucking decades.
It would have been funny if it was the same day.
But this is basically, that's what fascinates me about New York, because y'all subway system. Apparently, I'm not gonna say where yet.
First of all, I'm in Staten Island. It's the regular train, not New York.
Okay.
New York. I'm on the island, like Fantasy Island.
Yeah, you're on the island. Because what really confused me about that subway system is that when you get to, and you know what I'm about to talk about. When you get past, when you're coming from Brooklyn, and then you get before Wall Street, you have to go under the water to get to Wall Street, because that's the next stop. And I'm like, they didn't do that for the island, that you could just ride it and go under. But yet you can do that when you're going from Brooklyn to.
Well, you have the call, like when you have the Lincoln, you have the tunnel when you go in. There's like that too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so in the city, there was things all over the news that people were pushing people on the tracks too.
Yeah.
And people were dying, and that was a regular thing that was becoming, unfortunately. So I haven't been back to New York yet. I want to go, but
I do know they Times Square is kind of active from what I've been seeing. Because I have some.
Well, that's where I would go. I would go there because Krispy Kreme is on 42nd Street.
And there was cops on there.
Krispy Kreme.
No, we're doing the donut lesson. That's the only donuts I haven't done. That and
literally
World.
The only ones you haven't done. Jesus.
That in Donut World. Yeah, no, I mean of my area. I mean,
actually, I've got a question. You know, how you said
75 episodes of the donut lesson.
You know how you said your family watch like your shows? What do they say about like the Real Whovians cast, for instance?
It's not like I have conversations about it. They say they watch it, but I really don't know.
Oh, right. I was just wondering what they thought of it. I was curious.
Well, my kid. Well.
Your son watched
Anthony stopped watching Doctor Who, and Joe still watches Doctor Who.
But they both still watch the Real Whovians cast.
No, I don't think they both watch. They don't. I mean, I think Joe watches everything. I don't know, but it's not like a comment. Listen. You have to understand. I'm so busy. So like I talk to my kids all the time, but like I don't have conversations. Like nobody talks to me about on the last episode. We haven't done the Real Whovians cast in like a fucking month.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, you haven't done one in ages. I think it's been like a
month, like whatever.
It's been 3 months since I've been on.
It's like I send the message, like, "Who's that? Who are you?"
Wait, did you not know
like people don't remember me? And it was like, "Oh yeah, I did cast with you like a month ago. Who are you, now?"
Wait, you forgot. How could you forget about?
They forgot the Matrix Lord. Nah.
Now, how could you forget about me after that video I made?
No, I'm not forgetting. I'm joking about me that they forgot about me.
Oh, you thought I forgot about you? No, how could I forget you?
No, I said people forgot about me, I'm saying.
No, Joe, you're unforgettable.
I'm getting messages left and right. What's happening?
No one will ever be able to forget you, my man. It's true. No, you're for better or for worse, you're an unforgettable person. I will say that. Even like I've had friends
hopefully in a good way.
I have friends in real life who I've told to like watch your videos. And they
even my enemies, I think, are upset. They're like, "Fuck, he's not talking about Doctor Who's drinking water." Shit! It's like, can't even fuck with him.
Well, I have to admit, I think like your enemies, like they kind of like they stop. They cut. Can I'm not going to mention anyone by name, but I'm just going to say like I think there was a certain incident recently where like I think they were quite keen to drag you into it. It's kind of like that you live in their head a bit. Like it's weird.
Right? They're upset. It's like I was out and they tried to pull me back in, sort of.
Yeah, like The Godfather Part 3.
Something happened recently. Yeah, we were talking about that on the previous cast.
Oh, were you? Was like the leak thing? The leak thing, like someone like suggested it was you.
No. Well, no. We'll talk off air. But
okay, we'll talk off air about that.
No, it was something. It was related to the Gary thing.
Oh, I don't know about this then.
Yeah, it was a Twitter thing. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have a look at that one after we're done here.
Yeah. Then all the people out of the woodwork would come and talk to me, trying to like. And I just didn't bite.
That's good, to be fair. Like you shouldn't bite. Like at the end of the day, all they want is attention.
I'm just too busy. I think it was too busy to bite because I would bite.
Yeah,
I'd bite the shit out of that.
No, but you shouldn't bite. Like, I'll say this, right? When I'm trolling, well, I don't really troll anymore, but when I was a troll, like,
Are you still doing it on the podcast?
Sorry? No. I did appear on, like, the rabbi once, but, like, then I was just like,
Well,
I can't
twice you appeared.
Did I appear on his twice?
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah, because, like, the first time Problem Being was on, but that doesn't count because he never shuts up. So, like, I can't get a word in, basically, when he's on there.
Shit.
What?
No,
should I not have said that?
I'm joking. Yeah.
Oh, no, but, like, that's, like, I couldn't get a word in, really, when he was on. Because, like, him and Rabbi are, like, close friends. So, like, but it was good, like, when it was just me and the Rabbi.
Like the second one I told you that you were with him. He was comfortable with you. He was good, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he was nice to me. On the first one, like, I got the impression he didn't really want me there.
He's like, why do I got to do this? I have to put this guy on? I don't know if I like this guy. But he liked you in the second one. I saw that. But there was some time that passed after that, though.
Yeah, but like I hadn't spoken to him in DMs or anything. I just think he got on with me. Like I can be quite easy to get on with sometimes. Other times I can just be a massive knob, I think. That's kind of what happened.
I kind of from afar. I watched certain things on Twitter and certain videos here and there, and I'm like, okay. But then, you know, it's been pretty like nobody's really said anything about me. So I'm like, okay.
No, nothing direct. Like you've not been mentioned.
Indirectly.
Is a good thing. Indirectly, you've been mentioned, yeah. But like, I don't think no one can really put anything on you. I don't think. Like,
well, I mean, I think I think a couple of weeks ago they wanted a reaction from me, and I just didn't fucking do anything, right?
Well, yeah, no, because actually, like that was just kind of weird to me. I thought when like I was watching their kind of video and they were like suggesting it was you, and it's just like no, like no way.
I was responsible for fucking creating Reddit fucking posts.
That's what they were saying.
I'm gonna explain that
you have no time to do that. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, I know. Like,
I don't fucking go on Reddit, right? Because I tried to post on Reddit, and they're like, "You're not allowed to post about Doctor Who." I'm like, "Fuck you." So like, I'm like, somebody created a Reddit thing of my name, and it's probably more popular than my Reddit actually thing, and I'm not even on Reddit. So one, I wouldn't create bullshit.
Well,
and I've never created bullshit so people talk about it.
I just don't think, even like from a motivation perspective, I don't see you as a particularly likely person to like do it, because like you weren't even covering.
Come on here, and I'd be like, "Yo, like, you're an asshole." Like I won't be like going around and creating some fucking weird ass shit.
Yeah, that's quite funny though, I thought. When they said that, and when they like dragged you into it, it's just like,
listen, I don't, the conspiracy theory. I saw that fucking video, and it amazes me how the fucking guy.
Conspiracy theory.
The guy was fucking concerned with losing his fucking channel to the Nut My Doctor thing, right? So then he fucking his channel went down, then it came back up, and then he's afraid of the guy. So then he fucking dumps his fucking friends, like fuck him and everything. And then I thought he was okay. Now he does videos like, first of all, if you're gonna cover Doctor Who, you gotta decide what you're gonna fucking do. So he covers bullshit that turns out to be bullshit. And he's like, "Those damn son of a bitches made me do these videos." Nobody made you shit.
No.
And he fucking does. So he's like, he starts blaming people for putting fake shit out there that he's so fucking stupid.
Do you remember the one he like made it all about him, where it was like there was an Irish school teacher or something?
What was fucking me, dude? If you cover shit like Gillian Anderson's in Doctor Who, and now you're covering Reddit shit, that's your fucking fault. You're fucking stupid enough to cover that shit.
As he says, it's rumor and speculation. He should just be open.
He's getting mad that it's not true and like he was duped.
But he wasn't. Like, why would you believe Reddit rumors?
What the fuck? And now you want to go. So then he attacked like 5 fucking people.
Jesus.
Like Tharis does his videos.
And I mean, concerned with losing your fucking channel.
I'll say this. It's just like I like Tharis videos on it because he doesn't like say like, oh, get mad when people are like, oh, it was a fake or something like that. He's just like he's so pathetic. Like he's so entitled about it. It just bothers me a bit.
Listen, look, people are mad because he got 4,000 subscribers. God bless him. He fucking did great, the kid. So he's working hard. No, he's working hard on his channel.
I thought you meant someone else. No.
What I'm saying is the kid got 4,000 subscribers. He fucking worked his ass off to build his channel to have 4,000 subscribers. So fucking congratulations, right?
He does make good content. He does make good content.
People, a bunch of grimy bitches that have been enemies with him before, and they're like, oh, he fucking is the mastermind, but shut the fuck up. So, like, I'm watching all this shit, and I know what you're talking about, but, like, I can't even be bothered because, like, one, I don't fucking do shit like that. I don't create fucking, I don't even know how to navigate fucking Reddit, let alone create anything. So please, get the fuck out of here with that.
No, but the thing was, for me, it was just kind of like, I kind of was, like, sitting there, and I was thinking, these guys, they're really paranoid. That's what it is. It's just paranoia. Like, they're afraid. And I think it might be my fault a bit for, like, tricking them several times.
You're a trolling fuck.
Well, I like to think of myself as a performance artist.
Jesus. Sorry.
In all seriousness, though, I think they
I missed everything. What happened?
Sorry?
We were frozen. What did you say?
Oh, I said I was a performance. I said I was a performance artist.
Jesus.
I'm not a troll. I'm just a performance artist.
You fucking tricked that motherfucker into thinking you were another person to go on the fucking cast, and they're like, "Fuck, it's me, Murray." Shit.
No. The best part was they didn't know it was me. That's what was so funny.
I knew it was you. I'm like,
I was going out of my way to make it. I'm like, that's motherfucking me. I wanted to get confronted by him. I wanted to get confronted by him, and I was so disappointed he didn't realize who it was. And he I'm
listening to it. I'm like, that's motherfucking Memory, right? So like, they're talking to you.
It was for me too. I'm looking, going, I don't even see his freaking name. And then when I saw,
I heard the voice, and you tried to change your accent. I'm like, that's motherfucking Memory, right? And these motherfuckers are talking to you. I'm like, yo, dumb fuck. That's fucking Memory. You stupid fuck. You're in a fucking trap. You stupid fuck. And like, how could they not know? How could they not know? You weren't even that good. You weren't even that motherfucking good with your accent. I mean, Jesus.
I know. It was intentionally shit because I was trying to get him to realize it was me.
I mean, was it a Wednesday and there was nobody around? Oh shit, this guy fucking Bert wants to come in. I'm like, what the fuck? No screening, no nothing, and it's the fucking Memory. I'm like, no. Guys have no fucking idea.
No. I was just being really smart about it because I created like a fake account beforehand to make him like trust me.
Wait,
Jesus.
what's this on? What was this on?
Fucking The Zone. That's the
Zone. It was like a special edition, and it was like at 7 o'clock at night, and I had nothing better to do that day. So I was like, you know what? I'll just go on here and see how stupid this guy is. So I just go on it, right? And then I put on like the most ridiculous accent I can think of. It's like the accent I do when I impersonate like people I really don't like. And then
I'm laughing my fucking ass off. Like, this is the best fucking shit on TV right
now. and then like I just kept on making jokes. Like I think I was trying to like I was just saying all the most stupid things I possibly could. Like I said, oh, what's that guy's name? The guy who runs North Korea, Kim Jong-dos, is that it? Like that, like the most stupid accent, and somehow he didn't clock it. Not even it took his audience about
not even the fucking wingman and the wingman's wingman. Fucking
no. It just tells you how stupid they are. Like in the chat, it took them about 20 minutes to realize it was me, even though it was like so obvious. So like I have a pretty distinct voice, so it's not hard to like figure out who I am. Like
you got balls, man. Shit.
That's
so bad. That's like me going and that's like Joey Jupiter going on there and just fucking. They have no fucking idea.
Exactly. That was what I was trying to do.
Havoc, no, but yeah, Sky Havoc, really? Please. It would be.
That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. Pretty much, a Borat where it's like so ridiculous you don't get how anyone can take it seriously. That's basically what I was doing with like him, and that's it.
Yeah, come on. Jesus.
That's basically what happened. Like and it was like not even like a good impression.
So fucking bad.
But you have to admit, it did make you laugh.
Then you get the fucking video after. I'm the fucking victim. I didn't know. No, I'm saying like you would get the video from the person after.
No. He was like saying, "Oh, I only put him on because he kept on like trolling or whatever." And it's just like, it was me. You're lying. It's such a barefaced lie. Like you knew it. How did he not know it was me? It's quite funny though. Like I don't think Noel's necessarily a bad person. I just think he's a bit like emotionally distraught in a way more than anything else. And I think the same goes for a lot of
anything. We don't need round 3. I'm just,
Oh, sorry, should I not say that shit?
No, I'm not. Look, I'm not battling anybody. We're just talking in general.
No. I'll just say this. Like, I think a lot of the people who he surrounds himself with, I actually think they're probably quite nice people. But like, when they're together, they're like really nice people. But they really, really struggle when someone disagrees with them. They're kind of just as like the Not My Doctors and the actual Not My Doctors are like pretty similar to me. Like they have very similar mentality.
We've had them on here. They were friends at one point.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're nice people, I think. But I think I have to admit, I think a lot of it, like whenever like they get criticized or anything,
they get a little. It's a sensitive subject when you find out that like about Doctor Who, and they get all fucking pissy about it. Like,
and they treat it like it's their property. I think to me, it kind of rings like. I think it's kind of like what their life revolves around to a certain extent. I don't think they're bad people, honestly. I just think they need to get a different hobby in a way instead of like getting angry at people on the internet.
You try like there could be a thing they say, "Oh, Jodie's with us for another 5 years," and they just fucking.
They cry if that happened. Like I'm not even kidding. Like it's
TVs. They want to stay.
No, it's kind of like. They would literally like suffer from like genuine depression if like they announced Chris Chibnall's going to be around for another 10 years.
It's like they didn't eat for fucking 5 days.
I'm not making fun of their depression, by the way. I just want to say this. I'm not making fun of them for that. I genuinely like think they do suffer a bit. In my opinion, what I would
see, I'm joking around. Like I'm not really serious about. Like they are good people. You could disagree. That's I'm not really bashing anybody in there. I'm just joking.
I just think they should like kind of like I don't know, like when people get angry with them, they shouldn't, or like when people troll them, they should kind of them.
Some of the people in this group, no, not all of them. Some of the people,
not all of them react, but like the ones who do, I think they're probably all right people behind the scenes. Just like
when they desist motherfuckers,
when they just get angry, it's just kind of like it doesn't make them look good in a way. And listen, I think
I just want to say something because I don't want it to come off negative.
Yeah, I like their videos. Actually,
we're talking in general. I'm talking in general. Look, peace be with you, and also with you. You're over here doing Doctor. We're over Doctor Who. I have nothing against anybody. They're entertainers.
I'd agree with that. Like, I mean, I'd agree with that. I think for me, at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with them. Like, I'd more than happily like go back on their show. Like, I think when I had interactions with them, they actually seem like nice people. But like, I just think they kind of need to know how to take a joke and not take everything so seriously.
The thing that the whole thing is about ego, and
yeah,
one of them don't understand is that you can't come out there and say you're the voice of the fucking Whovian community because people would get a vote. And obviously, there is no Whovian mayor and no Whovian fucking president and Whovian fucking.
At the end of the day, an opinion is an opinion. Like, I mean,
right. But they get a little too egotistical. Like they're the head fucking the fucking main shit.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he's watching this. So no, I'll just say this. I just want to say to him, I actually enjoy his videos. I actually find him quite entertaining to watch a lot of the time. Like
I'm sure people find me entertaining too, but you know what?
You are entertaining.
My problem is I took a little break from the podcast thing, and I miss it a lot. I mean, it's my favorite thing, and like Scott knows, I get into phases.
Yeah.
Sometimes the gaming phase, and I'll be getting like fucking 100 platinums, and then I listen. I find a way to piss off people. Okay. I'm in the gaming community. Some people got really fucking hot and pissed that I'm moving up in the gaming community, and I'm getting like threats.
What?
Like they're actually people are actually fucking pure rage angry. Because here's the thing, like, I don't know if people are aware of this, but when I was a kid, I played video games, like the first video games, Atari, all these different systems, right? So yes, I had kids, right? And I stopped gaming for a while. And then on St. Patrick's Day in 2018, I got my system for myself, right?
Yeah, I remember
so
that.
I started getting into system. I started getting into PS4 and the systems again. So, and I said to Scott day one, I said, I was always a gamer in the past.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a gamer again, and I'm gonna be very competitive. And after a couple years, you know, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" So I got where now, besides spending money for waters, I'm buying like 20, 30 games a month. Like indie, I'm spending a lot. I mean, they're $5 or $4 or $10, whatever. But instead of going out, because you can't go out, I've been buying a lot of games. So it got to be where I'm getting 20 platinums a month. So now I'm getting to 5,000 trophies, which is a big deal for me. 5,000 trophies,
it is.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm
it
ranked.
Is a big deal.
We could share it because, but the problem is that I'm growing fast, and people got hot about it. Like, I'm talking really. Scott knows, and I shared it with Scott. Scott fucking knows.
Yeah,
right? It got
they had
to
this
be.
one person trying to make the claim that you're trying to become bigger than such and such. You'll never become bigger than such and such. You should cease. I'm listening to Joe telling me something. Are you that fucking head up ass, people?
So here's the thing. Right now, I'm ranked 3,937 in the country. Right? Yeah. I'm ranked 17,330 in the world. When I first started out, it was like 500,000. Right? So I'm getting so many fucking trophies, right? So people got fucking hot about it, right? That I'm growing too fast. So I was actually getting threatened, where like people were like, you know, you need to fucking stop or else. And what are you talking about? So they're like,
I think the gaming community might have some similar psychological problems to the one we're meant to be talking about.
They do.
I know the number one gamer in the world is Hakoon, right? I think everybody knows that, right? And I'm sorry, the guy's name is Hakoon, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Called Coom?
No, I'll show you. Hold on a second.
Are you talking about cross platforms?
PS4.
PS4. Oh yeah. He is for that. Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing. People starting getting, they got like, one, who the fuck are you? Two, why the fuck are you in the gaming community? Who do you think you are? I'm a gamer for this many years. You need to get the fuck out. I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be fucking problems. So all this different, I'm getting all kinds of shit, right? So now this is the number one person in the world. He's doing awesome, right? He's been doing it for 10 years, okay? He's got 102,598 trophies, okay? He's got 3,037 platinums, okay? He's ranked 1 right here. You see 1 and 1. 1 in the world, 1 in the country. So people are looking and they're seeing how much I'm climbing, and they're like, oh, they're getting fucking mad about it. Not him. I can never touch him. First of all,
no.
The only way I could ever catch him, right, is if I became rich and didn't work another day in my fucking life and played video games for at least 19 hours a day for like fucking 5 years. Maybe.
Joe, you for one of them books to be a hit. You just got to wait for that day.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, look, I want to do great in the gaming community, but I'm never touching him, right?
No.
So I knew in my head I'm never going to touch him. I would like to be top, but I'm never going to touch him. They obviously think I'm going to try to beat him.
What's your position now, though, in the gaming community?
I showed you.
He's 300, whatever.
I'll show you again.
Oh, 300 and something, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
he's going as you get more platinums and more trophies, it's closer and closer and closer. So
how much money do you like make from your gaming stream?
I don't make shit right now. I'm just.
Oh, do you not? Oh, I'm just wondering.
I'll be right back. Hold on. Somebody's at my door. Hold on. Be right back.
I thought I heard a buzz. Yeah, I need to get back. The problem is I'm doing GTA 5 so much that I need to get back to my regular games,
But you know, it's what they fail to realize. It's hard to get platinum in some of those games because they have so many stipulations. Because it took me a good month of getting platinum for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I have platinum for that now. It was so many, and then most of these games are glitchy as F. Like Assassin's Creed Valhalla is glitched. It's very glitchy. So
everybody kept on talking about all the glitches in Cyberpunk, and when I'm playing it, granted it's glitched, but it's pretty much the same amount of glitching that I've seen in other games. So in the end, I don't know what the whole fiasco was about. I'll be
the
quite
thing
honest.
about Valhalla was that it was probably pushed out too quickly.
Yeah.
And then it came with, like, for me, I had minimal issues with it. But I noticed that I had to, I was playing, like, I finished female Eivor, and then I started playing male Eivor. And when I got to play him, it started glitching. Because in that game, you can let the animus tell you which one you want, which I played. Yeah. She's the canon character. So I played her, and then you can choose male or female. So I said, okay, well, I played female Eivor. I'm going to play the male version of her. So anyway, I got to like near the end, and all of a sudden, it would not let me interact with nobody. So I had to erase the game, reinstall it, and start all the way back from the beginning. And let me tell you how pissed off I was.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, that would piss me off.
Now, I was at the end. I was like finished with the main campaign. I done got all the assassination contracts done. I done got everything. I said, well, you know what? I'm just going to go and do 100% completion. And that's what I did. It took a very long time because there's certain areas I had to figure out how to cheat around certain issues.
Yeah.
Man. I still haven't did platinum for Red Dead Redemption. Because you have some games that come out that is like half Red Dead Online, and then for Red Dead Online, and then you have the single player ones. And then I prefer single player over online missions. So that's where I'm at.
Just don't play video games. That's what I do. I don't play them. Waste of money. Waste of money. Like, doesn't it cost like 50 quid?
Oh yeah,
like
it's
$50 for like a new game.
I don't do like, you can get them cheap, but it's expensive. Like, they going up. Like, if you want the really good stuff for your game, it's gonna cost $100 plus.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I've seen games that cost, like, when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, I think it cost like almost 150 because you got the collector's edition.
Yeah, when I was doing GTA, about, was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? I forget how many weeks ago it was, like 2 or 3 weeks. There was another person in my chat board, and they said, and it was common. And it says another guy was saying, yeah, he's going pretty much the long way around because he's not doing the cheat things in order to do, and plus I didn't know how to do the mods. He was talking about
the mods. Yeah.
He's taking a long time getting his money built up because he's not using the mod things. And to me, I'm playing the game just to play the game. So
exactly.
I mean, I probably modded. The only time I've modded a character was there was this little trick you can do where you go to the fairgrounds and you look through those binoculars, and you can get a hat along with your mask. That's the only thing I've done. That's the only real mod thing I've done to my character, because there's a little glitch you can do to get a mask on top of your hat. That's the only thing I've done.
I think me Marie was asking before, wanted to see my profile again.
Oh no, I don't need to. It's all right. Like, I'm a bit tired now, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can end it.
So I mean, back to Doctor Who. We're gonna get going anyway because we've been here for my God, like 2 hours.
28, almost 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Jesus.
It was a good
Try getting that
conversation.
stick of us.
That's what happens when you bring the memery on. It never
Yes,
ends.
the memery. The memery is back.
with his hot takes. Like,
The hot
I want to
takes,
see hear the hot takes.
Jesus.
At least I've been fairly good this episode, I think, compared to
I
some.
still use the
You did awesome.
multiverse version. That's why it's been good.
I can't wait to see all the fucking comments now. Mention, name dropped a lot of different people. All right. We'll see. All right. Thank you, guys. It's been fun.
Thank you, folks, for watching. Why am I saying that? That's your job. Sorry.
I know.
Oh, folks, another extra thing. I am back on iVlog doing my
your DJ thing, right?
Yeah, my DJ
I need to
thing.
start DJing.
Yeah, dynamic sound and music, and I might be doing that here in the next half hour or so. So look me up.
And I'm off for the rest of the day and tomorrow. I'll try to get some more podcasts going because we've been lacking in the podcast department and live streams. So thank you guys for watching us. Take care. Bye for now.